Welcome to the first official live broadcast of Future Tech Ideas. Now, the reason why I say official is because all the other broadcasts that we did live were mainly like test runs, or we're just having fun. So this is going to be an official live broadcast. So once again, I am Jason Goyette, the owner of Future Tech Ideas. You can follow me on Twitter at Jason Goyette. Also, be sure to follow Future Tech Ideas on Twitter as well, at Future Tech Ideas. All one word. Cole?
And I'm Cole Cooper as well. You can find me on Twitter at CK270, and you can find my website at ccooper.wordpress.com. Yusuf?
Hello, everybody. My name is Yusuf, and welcome to our live stream. And follow me on Twitter at YIFire1. Let's start this.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Now, quickly, I want to mention a couple of things, just to mention out there for you guys who are watching. We will be doing guest appearances. So that means if you think you could contribute to the live broadcast here, if you have something to say, if you want to just join in, you can message us on Facebook, facebook.com/futuretechIdeas, or on Twitter, and we'll go ahead and review your request. Also, you can send us photos as well, and Cole Cooper is going to be basically showing a photo of the week or picture of the week in our live broadcast. So if you have a cool photo and you want it to be shown on our live broadcast, just send us a message on Facebook or Twitter. Also, you can request app reviews as well as topics. If you want something to talk about, if you want us to talk about something, you can go ahead and request that on Facebook or Twitter. So yeah, also make sure to comment down in the description below of this video so we know how you feel about the topics, and we can communicate back and forth. I believe Cole Cooper will be managing the comments there for us. So.
That is correct. Yeah. I got it open now.
All right.
I was going to mention something here, and I think I totally forgot. So let's just move on.
Okay. All right. So first off, I want to start with the weather report. Yes, Mr. Cole Cooper. What's the weather like over there in Edmonton?
Let's see what it is right now, because I have no idea. It's been kind of rainy and cool today, but right now it's 17 degrees. We had a thunderstorm move in last night, and a bit of thunder this afternoon.
Yeah.
A little bit of rain.
Basically the same thing over here in Maine.
It's a cool day. It's supposed to rain tomorrow as well.
Yeah, the same here too. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Around 80 degrees Fahrenheit for over here in Maine. And it's been quite cloudy as well. And we got a lot of rain tomorrow too.
Well, in Fahrenheit, then it's 68 degrees here.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yusuf, how's it over there? Wait, ain't you in the same area? Yeah, I think you are, ain't you?
Yeah, but.
And if I just skip him, anyways, same damn weather. So.
Let's go ahead and move on to the first topic, which is all the recent train disasters and rail disasters. A lot of crashes, and I was wondering, does it have to do with the conductor's fault or the operator's fault, or is it something mechanical or technical? How do you feel about that?
It's probably more than just that. Sure, it might be, who's operating it, but it also might be, regulations and all that.
Yeah, because you said that there was actually a rail crash over in Quebec, right?
Yeah, big one.
Yeah,
they pretty much disintegrated their downtown.
Wow. Okay. Yep. And I believe there was one in Spain as well, where 78 people died, and they actually caught that crash on camera as well.
Well, from what I understand of that crash, the train was going too fast when it hit the corner and it came off the tracks.
That's the operator's fault.
And apparently, just a week before, he was, saying, "Oh, look how fast I can go with my train."
Oh, he's probably suspended or fired or something.
Well, he's in hospital right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know if he's in the hospital. What's up, Yusuf?
Okay. For the train derailment that happened in Spain, apparently, when it was going down, the conductor was yelling to the people at the station, telling them that he was going too fast at the curve.
Oh, so he admitted to the people, I'm going too fast.
He was apparently yelling at the train conductor at the station, telling them that he was going at a faster speed than he expected.
Wow. So
I'm going to show you something here.
I wonder if he got arrested, maybe because it's his fault for killing. I mean, he killed 78 people for that.
Apparently he was quoted saying something, I don't remember exactly, but apparently he was saying that he wanted to die and that he had fucked it all up.
Yeah, that's definitely cause for, if he's okay and if he's able to get out of the hospital, that's definitely cause for the justice system to take part.
And if you look at my screen here, this is what happened over there in
Quebec.
Yeah. So it's
Mm.
What was part of their
Jason,
downtown? You can
I
see it
wonder if
looks
there's
pretty bad.
anybody outside, like civilians or pedestrians on the like area around there.
Well, they lost quite a few in that, I think.
Wow. You don't have the exact casualty number?
I think it's an estimate. I'll take a look.
Okay, yeah. Well, you can just get an estimate.
Yeah, I just still some missing
I
in
mean,
that.
it's just very odd that all these kind of so-called disasters, like it's a coincidence. All these disasters are happening. The trains and the rails, and it's not just in one area. It's not
Well, maybe it's
located
just
on.
carelessness around the world.
Yeah, the people are just like, yeah,
Jason,
well, whatever. Life doesn't matter. Blah 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 blah. It's like, are you serious?
Jason.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay, there was a story back when the floods happened in southern Alberta where
Yeah.
there was a train that was stuck on this bridge, which is going to sink into the water.
Yeah, but how do you really find whether that's going to happen or not? You're going to have to dig into the riverbed and try and
Yeah,
get
exactly.
way down into the pilings. Not
Yeah,
going to happen.
exactly. Gonna have to hire a team of scuba divers.
Yeah, yeah, and even then, you have to go even deeper.
Yeah.
So that one,
Excavate.
that one, I could see them not being able to do much about it.
Yeah.
But
So,
with what happened in Quebec, they're saying regulations and a lot had to do with that.
not
You know,
on camera, Cole.
guys.
Not on camera, Cole.
You know, guys.
Thirsty.
Cole, you know that Cole in Quebec, if there was no fire on the train, because that's sort of how all the events started. There was no fire on the train,
No,
then
no,
none
no.
of
You
this
see
would have
what
ever
happened though
happened.
is they left it unattended and it rolled down the tracks
Wow. It just rolled like a little block
There
just
was a
tumbling.
hill, so
in the town,
yeah,
Holy
and
cow!
it was carrying crude oil.
Oh god,
so
that's a disaster right there, man. They
so
probably
as I
had to have a
was
bunch of cleanup crews. Sorry about that, Yusuf. Go ahead.
so as I was saying on the tracks, it was either hydraulics or pneumatic system where the brakes didn't have enough pressure, so it started to roll downhill and then I guess
So that's a mechanical.
fell.
That's a mechanical issue then.
Well, they're also
That,
saying
If
that and they left the thing. Remember, they
if
left the thing too.
if the brakes didn't have enough pressure,
I gotta look into that one though.
would that be a mechanical issue or would that be operator failure?
well,
Yeah,
police so far don't really know whether it's gonna be
Yeah,
mechanical.
it'll probably take a while for them to investigate it all and everything. Even if they
yeah.
do
The
investigate
government's
it.
launching an investigation into it. They might end up changing the regulations over on this one. Over this one.
Also, just a fact, Quebec is one of the major provinces where most trains go through.
Yeah,
To
that
either
is true.
get to Western Canada or to get to the maritime provinces. And I forget the town where it is in Quebec, but apparently a lot of trains during the year do go through that town
Yeah. Mhm.
and stop in Montreal or Quebec City. So, and a lot of citizens say that they don't want trains stopping in their town anymore. Okay,
Huh.
they want the train to stop in one of the major cities, not in these small towns.
Yeah, but in a major city, it could be even worse.
Well, I got a train right down the road that goes all around Maine, and it stops right here in the town, like right here in Livermore Falls. It stops right there, right in the major city or the major
Mhm.
town, and it
And
stops right there.
and this is apparently Canada's worst railway catastrophe in almost 150 years.
Holy gosh! And I wonder if the last catastrophe, the last major catastrophe like this, 150 years ago, or whatever. I wonder if that was due to notifications. I
Yeah,
wonder if
and
I
but
wonder if that was due to operator failure or mechanical problems. Because
and
you
the
got to think
company
150 years ago, that has something. They're kind of bringing trains in, right? It's just something new.
and
So
the company that the train was owned by Maine and Atlantic Railway.
yeah, blame Maine all you want to. You did it last time to me.
And apparently
I'm
all
just
but
joking.
one of its 73 cars was carrying oil.
Holy goodness. I wonder how long it takes them to clean up all that mess.
But
A
Jason,
long time.
Yeah. What's up,
Jason,
Yusuf?
but beside all this happening in Quebec, one of the major issues is environmental. All that oil is going to be soaking into the ground.
Yeah.
hmm
So
They got to
if
get out there
you're,
fast. They got to get out there fast and start cleaning up.
but they do know from this that they're not going to get all the oil out of the ground. So
No, absolutely.
farming farming either in the town or nearby is going to be quite difficult because the soil is so saturated with crude oil.
Yep. Oh yeah,
That
that'll absolutely.
Now, let's
I
see.
agree with you. I agree with you. That's going to be
this disaster probably
just like the
just
oil rigs in the ocean and stuff, killing off all the fish
Mhm.
and the coral out there in the Gulf of Mexico. All the coral out there are starting to disappear, and a lot of fish species are dying off because of all the oil rig spills and all the oil tankers, leaking oil or whatever. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but this is a great argument for how pipelines would be much, much safer.
oh yeah, and we'll definitely want to go ahead and get into that next topic. Want to go ahead and get
Not
into that?
quite yet, because I think we skipped off what happened.
Yeah.
But apparently the train's engineer was suspended without pay, it says here.
Okay, yep.
And a quote here from someone here, it says, "We think he applied some handbrakes, but the question is, did he apply enough of them?
Enough.
He said he applied 11 handbrakes. We think that's not true. Initially, we believed him, but now we don't."
Now, who is saying this? Who is testifying to that?
The CEO of the company, of the railway's parent company.
Yeah, but they weren't there. They didn't know.
And right now, they're not naming the engineer.
The engineer. Well, I wouldn't want to.
And apparently, as I mentioned, this was the worst railway disaster since
150.
Apparently, the last one was in Quebec as well. Apparently, a train plunged into Quebec River in 1864, killing 99.
Wow. That number seems. What's the last? Which one was it in Spain? Wasn't it didn't I say 90 or
78?
Okay, 78. Okay, yeah. Thank you for that, Yusuf. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, and once again, more disasters, people, more disasters, more things happening to transportation, public transportation, like airplanes. There has been a lot of crashes happening, or a lot of crash landings happening around the world, and we could go ahead and attest to that with the Southwest jet crashing. The front landing gear falls off of the Southwest
Jason?
jet. Yep.
A more recent example is Asiana Flight 278, which crashed in San Francisco, killing remarkably only 3 people, but there was a Chinese student. She did not die from the plane crash. She died from a fire truck running over her body.
Oh, God.
Apparently, the police are now trying to find out which fire truck slash ambulance ran over her. She was 16 years old.
I wonder why. I wonder why they don't want to find out. Maybe it's because it's the government at work. Maybe it's because they did it on purpose, maybe?
Yeah.
What a 16-year-old
apparently it was a fire truck that did that.
Firefighters are trained to look at traffic, look at pedestrians and stuff, because they got to be going 60 or even faster driving to a scene.
Well, they got to drive through traffic, and
they have to be
nobody
aware.
moves out of your way, so
they have to be super aware. Yeah, but if there's a catastrophe happening and people running and scared, they need to be super aware of what's around them.
Yeah.
Jason, another thing that happened was that apparently a lot of people that were still alive, not injured, called 911 an hour before 911 showed up, and there were fire trucks. There were lots of fire trucks, but only a couple ambulances.
But which airport was this at?
This is at San Francisco International Airport.
Yeah, I gotta look at this here. That response time doesn't make any sense.
So apparently, there were enough fire trucks, but not enough ambulances. In a 911 call, one mate said, "We need more ambulances. People are dying. They're laying people out on the road."
Wow. I'm glad you brought that flight up to me, because I didn't look into that flight catastrophe.
But you know what? A lot of these Asian airlines have a history of just
malfunction,
poor safety. If you look at
Pilot error.
It's one of those Korean airlines, and because they had such a hierarchy in the cockpit.
Yeah.
The co-pilot and all that. Even if they knew that there was imminent danger and they were about to die, they wouldn't say anything. They would just let it happen.
Jason?
If the plane's gonna crash through the side of a mountain, they're gonna let it happen. That's what happened, and that did happen too.
Can I make?
tray tables in the upright position. We're about to crash into a mountain.
Jason,
What's
I
up?
made a mistake. It's actually Asiana Flight 214.
214,
Yeah,
Asiana Flight
Yeah.
214. A quick
yeah,
mention to everyone watching, all the links for these articles and everything that we talked about will be in the description below if you want to check these articles out and stuff. So yeah.
yeah. After the
So,
fact,
yeah,
and
after the fact,
apparently,
exactly.
like as he said, he crashed at San Francisco International, and killed 2 passengers and injured almost 200.
Hmm. Well,
Witnesses
listen to this.
say
Okay, go ahead.
and the witnesses were saying that the plane came in too low and then clipped the seawall. One man says he's seen the tail of the plane come off and that it looked like it rocked back and forward before spinning around. And there is a video that CNN did post as well of the plane coming in.
Jason,
What's up?
because of this flight, now I'm just gonna add this on. Because of this flight, there was a horrific prank that was put on by a news station where they had the name of 4 pilot captains, which I'm gonna read these out. Captain, something wrong. We too low.
All right, guys.
Holy fook and bang dang ow.
Yeah, I seen that. I think, yeah, I feel like I seen that on. I think it was Twitter or something. There was a stream on that. I looked at it. I was like, what are you doing, Cole? Are you, like, hiding?
No, nothing, no.
He was
Oh,
laughing.
yeah, I seen that.
No,
I
I
was like,
wasn't.
what is
But you know,
this? What type of
it's,
names are these?
I don't think it's that horrific. I don't think it really
Well,
hurt anyone to say that, so I don't think it was really that horrific or
all right,
horrendous.
hey, guys, can I do a quick shout out? We have a listener, somebody that
Yeah, I've seen the comment here. Yeah,
yeah,
it
Philip
says,
Flipper. He's watching. He does the Tech Talk Live podcast at ttlny.com. They broadcast Saturday at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And I watch them. I watch them religiously. They're really crazy, funny couple. Excuse me. Really crazy people. They do a lot of tech stuff, and yeah, they're really hilarious. You
Jason,
gotta check them out. What's up?
is that time Eastern?
Yes, Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh,
"What's
I don't
daylight
think
time this time of year?"
that's 9 a.m.
11
Yeah.
a.m.
11 a.m. Eastern is 9 a.m. here
Oh, okay, yeah.
in Edmonton.
And
So
yeah, I hate time zones. How many times have I said that, Cole? I
Well,
said
it's
it like
confusing because
ever since I met Cole, I started saying I hate time zones. I hate time
the
zones, and
same
I'm still
here.
saying it.
Then it's almost like you have to choose a time zone that you're going to use for an event.
Exactly.
You can use Eastern, Pacific, Mountain, Central.
guys,
Where your audience?
we're getting off
Where's
topic
your audience?
again.
Yeah. Okay.
Back to Asiana flight.
Okay. No. I want to quickly mention this. This crash landing that I was talking about, the Southwest jet that crash landed, happened Monday at LaGuardia Airport.
It wasn't there an airplane that came down and its landing gear gave out?
Yeah, the front landing gear. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Yep. And I believe nobody was hurt on this one. But like I said, is it pilot error or is it a malfunction that's
It could
causing all
just
this
be.
stuff?
It could be bad maintenance too.
Yeah, that is true. Actually, to believe it or not, yeah. But how many crashes are there happening around the world that we don't hear about? You know,
Well,
most
yeah.
most
Well,
most of the things that happen in the United States, the people of the United States hear more about it. If it happens
Yeah, I
in
know we hear about
Japan
it
or
too, but
in China, then we barely hear about it. You know, it doesn't
well, yeah,
really
because
get out
Jason,
there.
the news networks, well, no one's interested. So
We're interested in
George
everything.
Zimmerman.
We're not just interested. Exactly.
Jason,
That's a good one.
Jason, here in Alberta, there's already been a couple plane crashes, but they're not like the big commercial flights. They're the flights that are usually to like the oil sands
Yeah,
or
and,
flights that come from the territories
It
Yeah,
just
that
seems,
crash in the forests.
it
yeah,
seems like
those be reported locally, but
it seems like we're not paying attention to the equipment and the conductors or the operators. I think we need to put more time into the technology behind airliners, jets.
yeah,
More attention to rails and trains.
one airline learned a big lesson a few years ago on that one.
And as well, not only into the technology behind it, but also into the time training conductors and operators, because I know that a lot of them out there, they fall asleep and they don't even pay attention. That's what most of the stuff that happens is
Jason?
because they fall asleep.
Jason, on this
Anyway.
Asiana flight, apparently the main pilot, has only Oh no, sorry, this was another airline crash where apparently the pilot only had, get this, 40 hours of training on a Boeing
I held two
747.
I held two fingers
So
up
then,
to say that.
but some airlines let that go, and Japan Airlines learned a huge lesson when half their fleet started crashing around the world, and that was sort of in the 90s, I believe, and since then they've become a very world-renowned airline, and I've had no incidents. They learned from their huge mistake when like I said, a lot of their planes started crashing due to pilot error, mechanical error, tons of problems with their planes, but they did turn that around big time.
So we need to do what they did, basically.
So the Japanese figured it out.
Yeah, the Japanese, they got it all. They got freaking Samsung, I believe it is, and they got what is the other one? What's that other big company? Starts with a T, I think.
T.
Yeah.
T.
Wait, are we talking about airlines?
No, we're
No.
talking about just technology in general, like gadgets and stuff.
Hmm.
I think Samsung
Toshiba.
is Toshiba. There you go. That's it. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, Toshiba. That's a pretty well-known name brand.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, which has something to do with aircraft, and it is
Chemtrails.
There you go. Thank you, Yusuf. It's chemtrails. Basically, what exactly are they, or what do you think they are? And we can also segue onto genetically modified crops as well after chemtrails,
Well,
because
I'm
that
going to
kind
start
of ties in.
Yeah, and I'm going to explain this. So the conspiracy theorists all believe that how behind the airplane there's a contrail, right?
Yep.
Those little clouds that follow the plane and they expand or whatever. Now, I think it's supposed to be condensation, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyways, the conspiracy theorists don't believe that. They believe that the government's putting chemicals into the contrails, making them chemtrails to, control us, make us stupid. Bottom line, and that's a lot of conspiracy theorists think. They think they're trying to change everything and all that with these chemtrails. And try to control the weather as well.
Yeah,
Which they could do with the chemtrail when you think about it, because
it is possible. It is possible. There you go, Cole.
because scientists have injected chemicals into clouds and made it rain.
It's possible.
So they can
Look at HAARP.
Yeah, and I don't know if that does work, but I know I think it was the 20s or 30s, scientists were able to put chemicals in the clouds and make it rain.
Yeah. So what else can they do?
Yeah.
All these mysterious hurricanes just popping up out of nowhere and then disappearing.
Yeah, but all this is kind of on a cycle too, when you think about it.
Yeah, that is true.
Different periods on Earth, whether it will get worse, whether it will get better, the world will warm up, the world will cool down.
Hey, did you see that photo I tweeted to you? Or I think it was a video. I tweeted a video to you.
I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
It's about over in like Holland or Sweden or somewhere over there, and it's the clouds look so weird. It looks almost like a video effect or a picture effect. The clouds. It looks like it's a cartoon cloud, but it's legit. Yeah. I mean, it's legit.
Oh, Erwin's watching us.
Oh, hey, Erwin. That's another team member. He's back from China.
It's 3:27 in the morning there, but he's watching
us. Power it.
And then that Mark Hyder from
Mark Hyder.
The UK is watching us as well.
Hey, Mark. How you doing, Mark Hyder?
Jason.
What's up?
In chemtrails, well, modern airplanes today, they're big spinning turbines that take in wind.
It's jet engine.
Yeah.
Some of them are made by companies like Rolls-Royce and all that.
Yeah.
Now, I have to agree. There are some weird-looking chemtrails out there, but that doesn't mean that they're filled with toxins and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you can make it look. It could be weird-looking due to winds.
Wind. Exactly. There you go.
Wait, Jason, would there be a chemtrail if it said rained? Was raining?
Well, it depends if it's raining above or under the chemtrail.
I've seen. Yeah, that is true. I've seen it like rain, and I've seen a chemtrail at the same time. There was a break in the clouds. But
so the contrail was probably above
contrail
rain then.
Exactly. I've never seen a contrail cause rain or anything like that.
Yeah, it doesn't just start hailing from the behind the airplane.
You know what, Jason? For these chemtrails, wouldn't let's take scientists for example. Why would the government want to dumb down its people when its own people is trying to make like cures for diseases.
Well, according to the conspiracy theorists, that would give them more control.
Yeah.
So if you want to look at the conspiracy theorists and their communist theories,
agenda,
then go ahead and that's what they think. And they think that more control, put it in water, everything. They can control the people, make them do what they want, and they can keep the cures too.
Yeah, I do have to mention the what's that called, aspartame or whatever it is they put in water.
Yeah, they put it in like Coke Zero and all that. It's supposed to be better for you, but now studies are coming out saying that sugar is better for you.
Oh yeah, just like eggs. Eggs used to be really bad for you. Now they're good for you.
Well, they're full of cholesterol,
but milk is bad for you supposedly now.
And you know what? I heard but think about this, Jason. Though I told you that. What animal drinks milk after they're done? After they're young, right?
Yeah.
After when they're young, they'll eat milk, drink milk. But once they become an adult or older, what do?
They go on to other drinks. That's what I did.
They drink water, an animal, and they eat either other animals or plants. We're the only ones that actually drink milk.
That's interesting. Wait a second. I'm 24. I'm drinking milk with my tea.
Now, back in the day, back in caveman days, were we drinking milk? Because there wasn't a grocery store back then.
No, we weren't drinking. Well, I don't know. They could have tamed goats. They could have attacked goats and found milk.
I don't think it would really hurt anybody that much to not drink milk, because if we were supposed to be drinking milk, well, we'd be drinking milk.
Yeah. Well, we could get calcium from other things. You don't have to just get it from milk, and the vitamins milk provides for us.
And calcium's in lots of things.
Yeah. So let's move on to the modified crops, genetically modified crops, and how we feel about it. How I feel about it, it's another way to control us, people. Just like the freaking chemtrails.
It's not natural, though, Like when you have a grape and an apple put together. Like I seen this at the store a few weeks ago, grapple or something they called it, right?
Yeah,
and apparently it looks just like a regular, little red apple, right?
Red apple, yep.
You know how they're kind of red and yellowish type apples? I don't remember what they're called. Yeah. And and it looked just like that, except apparently it tastes like grape. No, that's the product of mad science, not the product of nature. The product of nature is the apple that's hanging off the tree.
But see, have they really proven it's okay for you, or have they really done tests and proven it's bad for you?
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of things start out as good for you.
That's what we got to look at.
And they'll say, oh, it's good for you. And in 20 years, oh, it's cancer causing.
Whose fault is that? Who do we listen to? When the government says shut up, we shut up.
Yeah, here in Canada, we have a department for health in our government, and so do you guys in the U.S. Here we got Health Canada, and there I don't know what they call it, but you got something like it too. And they're the ones that usually see and make sure that this stuff's okay for us. And if they believe it's okay, well, it's okay. Move on.
They call it the DOH, Department of Health, just like the DOD.
And then in 20 years, they're like, oh, by the way, this causes cancer. So don't do it anymore, but it causes cancer.
So why would you want to tell me that 20 years later if I've been eating it?
Everything causes cancer now. Everything you do causes cancer.
Wow. Yeah. The government is... You know what? How about this?
If you breathe, you're going to get cancer.
Yeah, and half these medications you take, probably cancer working on it. It's not good for your kidneys, if you take too much Tylenol. Ooh, no bad.
It could cause strokes. It could cause strokes, heart attacks, heart failure.
Yeah, it is like 3 pages worth of warning, side effects, possible death. So is that good for you?
No. If there's a potential for it to cause you harm, it's not good for you. Don't risk it.
If you look at any, let's say allergy medication, you got the medication, and then you have a big pamphlet of how to take it, which is like a little section like this, and then the rest of it's like a bunch of warnings, and then the other half of it's just in French, but
warning.
Or Chinese.
Cause heart attack, strokes,
Now, do I take allergy medication?
Government.
Yeah, I have. I do it because
Cool.
otherwise I feel like I have the flu
Yeah,
flu.
I have to get an inhaler.
Yeah, I've taken those before too.
Yeah.
And they have a big pamphlet with those too.
It's just water, probably.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is sometimes you go to the pharmacy and you have the little pamphlet in the box, and then they'll give you a second one anyways. That the pharmacy
Exactly.
printed for you.
That's how I used to get it. I'm like, what is this for? Like I'm walking out with a bag full of pamphlets.
Yeah, exactly. Now read this. Now most of it's just a bunch of warnings and how it's probably going to kill you, but
Oh yeah, you're gonna die if you take this, but it's okay. It'll help your other problem that you have. You won't worry about it anymore.
yeah,
You won't have to
exactly.
worry about it because you'll be dead.
Yeah, and down there you have to pay for the problem anyways.
Exactly. Go ahead, Yusuf.
Jason, okay. There was a story in Toronto where this farmer, in Ontario, where these farmers, they wanted to grow soybeans.
Okay.
And the government was going to allow that, but there was a problem, though.
Oh yeah. What's that?
They had a genetically modified soybeans. They said that you have to use genetically modified soybeans.
And I'm gone. I'm
Oh,
gone.
and by the way, Yusuf, just to correct you in something, someone in the comments here, that Snyder person there, mentioned that the health department in the U.S. is called the FDA, or the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Yeah. FDA, federal.
Thanks, commenters.
Yeah, it's the Food and Drug Administration.
Food Drug Administration.
Yeah, you can find them at fda.gov.
There you go. Was it Hyder or Snyder? I don't know.
Snyder.
Snyder.
Thanks, Snyder.
Okay, who's Snyder? Oh, Philip. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't call him by his last name. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, it says like Flipper or something there.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. He's known as Flipper on Tech Talk Live podcast. So what's up?
Anyway, okay, so for the government, they said, well, you had to grow genetically modified soybeans, and these farmers said no, so they decided to plant regular soybeans. And when the government knew about this, they actually had to force them to use GMO.
That's when I take it to the courts. That's when I take it to the court.
Exactly, but what is safer? Is it better to go to the grocery store, or is it better to buy a house with a big yard, or go out to the country and buy a farm and grow your own food?
Right there.
That's
plant a garden.
Cool.
But the problem there is, though, because with the growing season, you have to let it grow for the rest of the summer.
Let me guess. The problem is chemtrails falling on your crops.
So you only really have food for the winter, and it's going to expire anyways eventually.
Cool.
Unless you have like cows or something like that. Then,
chickens and stuff like that.
Yeah, chickens, yeah.
Jason,
I used to have all that.
Jason, one of the best places to go for food is a farmer's market.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of them up here in Maine, too.
Yeah, we got a lot of them, too.
And you know what? I've always heard people say, buy locally, not globally.
All right, guys, we're running over a little bit of time here. We're only on
I think we're just going to let this go longer than an hour.
All right, anybody listening? Okay, anybody listening, it'll go on longer for an hour. So
I think we have a little more to say on this topic, or are we done?
Guys, listen.
Because I think condensing this one topic into like 5 minutes isn't going to work. There's so much to say on.
Look how many topics we have. We're gonna be streaming for like 2 hours.
But I think genetically modified it probably is the wrong way to go. Like what do you want to eat? You want to eat meat that was grown on a farm or meat that was grown in a lab?
On a farm. Now do they put that on the packaging? Like this was grown from a genetically modified crop, or do they put that?
No,
on the
I don't think so.
Stores?
I don't think so.
I think
I don't even know if they're required to or not. Like some stores with some products,
they will
say that hey, we don't use genetically modified products, but they won't put it on their product itself.
Yeah,
but
they could say
that.
Exactly, they could put it on anything. They could put it on, the wall or whatever.
There's this one store. They have this one brand. It's supposed to be an organic brand, and they're like, they say on Facebook sometimes, we don't use genetically modified products or vegetables or whatever in our product. And you pick the product off of the shelf, you look at the can, you don't see, doesn't use GMO anywhere on it. It just says organic.
False advertising.
It very well could be, but they're not really pushing it that well,
Yeah.
You know what, Cole? How about this? How about this, Cole? How about this? If it looks like plastic, it's probably a GMO.
But scientists are getting better at making it look look more real. Because you know what? Like I said, that apple, it tastes like a grape. It looks like a normal apple. Not a
Okay.
thing wrong with it, and it's in that special packaging that's supposed to keep it fresh for longer.
Yeah. Yeah. Have
Oh
you noticed
yeah,
how long bread lasts? You know, bread isn't supposed to.
yeah.
Your regular bread is not supposed to last that long.
Well, with normal bread, with bread and you bake it or whatever, it has all that water in it too, so it's gonna get moldy pretty quick.
That is true.
That's what
That's a good.
causes the mold in it is all the water in it.
So
You
I
dry it
wonder
out, it'll
how.
be fine. It'll last for
Yeah.
years.
I wonder how they do our regular bread from the grocery store then. If they don't bake it
Yeah, I wonder how, like,
with
a lot of the bread I get, they bake it in store, right? So,
yeah.
but yeah,
Oh,
some
okay.
stores they'll ship in the bread, like Wonder Bread or
Jason,
whatever. They'll ship that
Yeah.
in, right?
Wonder Bread.
Jason.
Lee, what's up?
Okay, so one of the things I found is that say say water. When you ever buy a water bottle, and whenever you buy a water bottle, it's always overpriced.
Oh, absolutely. Water. Heck yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I find this very odd. Why would there be a best before date on water?
Because it can actually get stagnant. And
Stagnant. There you go.
it has this horrid smell,
And,
and it.
and it tastes weird. Like
Yeah,
I've tasted it before. Stagnant
if
water.
It's
you come across
water.
it, no, if you come across stagnant water, let's say you're out in the country somewhere and you find this little pond and it's full of stagnant water, oh, it smells just horrid. Stay away from that thing.
Up here in Maine, there's a lot of springs around. I got a spring right down the road that's from the mountain.
Yeah.
I can just go there and get fresh water whenever I want to. But sometimes if you go to certain places in Maine, there's a lot of stagnant tasting water, and I've had that when I was younger.
It just sits and sits and sits.
Ah!
The only time that it'll be fine is if it's flowing.
And that's why if you get it at the bottom of the mountain or in the middle of the mountain or whatever, it's flowing down from the top. It's good to go. You're ready to
Yeah, that
drink.
water will never go stagnant. But if it stops and sits there and sits there,
And it doesn't,
even if you put
carry.
water in a glass and you leave it,
Oh yeah,
as long as it
absolutely.
doesn't evaporate, it'll smell terrible after a while.
Oh, okay.
As long as it doesn't evaporate.
Like that. What's that movie? Signs. When that little girl has cups of water all around the house, and she says something's wrong with it or something. There's like 50 different cups of water sitting around the house. I was like, man, that water's gotta taste freaking disgusting. And she would call it dusty water. Maybe that's referring to stagnant
back
water.
to that bread thing too. With the bread that usually isn't baked in store, and they ship it in from who knows where, and it's probably on the package in very, very small print. Ever notice that it has this really distinct but off taste? Like it does. For me, it just never seems to taste right.
No, I agree with you. Like,
you know what I mean?
It tastes like a chemically taste to it or something. Like
I find
weird.
that the bread that they bake in store is generally better, unless they bake it the same way, which some stores do. But,
I've tasted that before.
But I've noticed like some of this bread, it just tastes off. And it could be because because they have to ship it to who knows where. They have to make it last longer.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I didn't think about shipping and all that.
Yeah, because now they bake it and it magically appears at your grocery store for sale.
What's up?
Speaking of that, so you guys bought that kind of cheese that comes in the plastic, right?
Yeah, sliced cheese. Can't stand it, and that too tastes a little off. It's got this weird taste that I just can't stand.
Well,
whenever I get cheese, it's in a brick or I get cheese.
Well, you know what? That cheese just tastes disgusting.
You have to wonder what is so different about it, and how they make that cheese to taste so different from other cheese. Like, couldn't they just get a brick of cheese, slice it, and throw it in a package? Couldn't they just do that?
No, Cole, that's too much money.
You'd make a machine that does it for them. Yeah, we invented robots.
It probably is a machine that does it for them.
Hey, Jason.
What's up?
I remember this rule from one of my food teachers where she told me that when you're reading the ingredients, if you can't read all the ingredients, then it's not healthy for you.
Then I better not buy anything anymore, ever.
Exactly. Don't just get anything.
I think I'm a decent reader, but I can't read half the names on anything, really. You look at soup, simple soup, and it's got all these big, complicated letters. Even bread, I'm sure it has big, complicated letters on it. It's never simple, wheat and flour. No, it's this chemical and this chemical and this word that's like 300 characters long.
Let me tell you, people, Cole is a professional when it comes to soup. Every time I talk to him or see him on a hangout or a FaceTime or whatever, he's always got soup.
Yeah, actually tonight they didn't.
Yeah, that was interesting. I was like, wait a minute, he's not eating soup.
No, I had something else.
All right, so we ready for the next topic? Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on to
the
picture of the week.
No,
that's not where we are. We're at Army conducting drills in big cities.
Okay, yes, let's go. I just got a message from Erwin here. Okay, so there's been a report on Before It's News. Now, we know all things on Before It's News is not fact. It's just, speculation or hearsay, or sometimes it is quite true. Now, the Army supposedly is conducting nighttime exercises and drills across many different big cities, and one of them is downtown Chicago. There's a video for it. Make sure to check out the description later on. I'll have that for you. So I guess there was their unannounced training exercise. Now, I always thought, they were supposed to announce these training exercises. I mean, you're just sitting at your house having big, huge Army helicopters flying over. You're going to wonder what the heck's going on. Is it World War III?
Yeah, but
they have to announce it. They have to say something about it.
I'll explain why it might make more sense to just do it.
Okay, let's hear it.
To just do it.
The scare factor.
To just do it makes it seem more real. It's like a fire drill. If you know what's going to happen.
What are they preparing for?
If let's say you're in a building and they're doing a fire drill, let's say a school. If you know it's a drill, you really don't care. There's no imminent danger. But
exactly.
If you don't know, then there could be imminent danger. You see big helicopters flying over you, fighter jets. Of course, you're gonna be a little concerned.
Here's my example. Just like you said, we get used to it after a while, and then we don't care. So what are they coming to? Are they going to start doing this all the time until we just don't care? And then next thing you know, our sky's going to be filled with military craft spying on us and shooting at people and
drones.
And all kinds. Yeah, exactly.
Because they need to know that you're barbecuing.
Oh yeah, we need to know you're barbecuing, and
that is a matter of national security because
exactly.
It's a barbecue. Obviously, they need big helicopters, drones, cameras.
But I mean, supposedly this has happened in Washington State, Florida, and in Chicago, as well as probably many other major cities. And they just go ahead and just fly huge Black Hawk helicopters and all these transport helicopters all around doing drills and stuff.
But they have to protect these big cities in the event of some who knows what invading. Remember, their big cities are where you have the big populations. You could wipe out how many people there? That's why they need to make sure that these people are protected. And if they do these drills, they know exactly what to do instead of just coming in like, gee, we don't know what the hell we're doing.
But just like you said, we get used to it after a while, and then the next thing you know, it's everywhere, and we don't care. We're just like, oh yeah, there's a big old
like when they do fire drills at school.
It's up pointing an M16 at me. Oh hi, yeah.
Like when they do fire drills at school, it doesn't faze me. But like they don't really do it as often as they should at most schools.
Have you ever pulled a fire alarm?
No.
Are you sure about that?
I am, but you don't want to either, because when you pull it, it sprays ink on your. Have you done it?
No, I never have. However, on my 5th grade school bus, I exited the back door to the school bus.
Oh yeah, but no, that's how these guys get caught because they think, oh, I'm gonna show them, I'm gonna do this.
Oh yeah, oh crap!
They can't get it off, so they got like a blue hand or something, and they're screwed.
They're called blue hand for the rest of the school year.
Yeah, and you know what, Yusuf, this stuff makes this more interesting. So off topic, fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is not too off topic.
Okay,
but that's why they get so caught and they're just done, finished.
Well, let's hear what Yusuf has to say on this matter of Army conducting training exercises.
Hey, I'll be right back. I get some water then while he talks.
Okay, yeah. Don't make sure you don't drink it on camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure it's not.
I'll just have a hose that comes to my mouth. Yeah. Like you have at the dentist where you just suck in the water. Just.
Oh yeah. Make sure it's not stagnant either.
Okay.
All right. So so what do you think about the helicopters flying over without telling people what's going on, like conducting drills and stuff? What do you think about that, Yusuf?
Well, Edmonton is actually not too far away from CFB Edmonton, which is our Army base.
Okay. Yeah.
And whenever we drive past it, I always hear like helicopters, airplanes.
Oh yeah, you're near air base. But
Yeah.
what I'm talking about is these aircraft are flying over major cities with buildings like high rises and
First
skyscrapers
of
all around.
all,
What do you
first
think
of
about?
all,
Okay.
wouldn't they have to notify like the mayor
Well, yeah,
and
but the
the
mayor,
council?
yeah, but the council or the mayor wouldn't notify the people. Like you're sitting outside, right? Say you're sitting outside tomorrow or something, and the next thing you know, you see about 5 Army helicopters with gunships and stuff like that flying over your city, and you're just like, what the heck is going on? What would you
Well,
say about that? Would you be upset that they
well,
didn't tell you?
personally, no.
You're just like, oh well.
Well, you know what? You have one of two reactions. You have one of two. The first reaction is,
What's going on?
yeah.
That's
The
my
second
reaction.
reaction is it war or is it a drill? If it's war, you go hide in your nuclear-proof bomb shelter for the rest of the day.
Exactly, but they didn't tell them if it's a drill or if it's a war, or if it's war.
Also, wouldn't the military be shocked if they found out that people started just taking out
Firing.
their guns and just
Just
straight
started
firing to
taking
the
their
air?
Right,
shotgun
I am
and
back.
firing into the air. Yeah, hey, Yusuf brought up a good thing. Go ahead, Yusuf. What'd you say about that?
I said that wouldn't the military be shocked if, or surprised if they see civilians start firing into the air
You know what?
At the aircraft, at the aircraft.
at the
Oh, that would
aircraft?
be big. You know what would happen? The military would fight the people.
They would,
They come
yeah.
in, they take their guns, they would arrest them, and anyone that resisted arrest would be screwed. They wouldn't take. They would take it very,
Oh, yeah.
very seriously
They
with
would be
big
very
weapons,
serious
big
on that.
everything.
But
You want to
yeah,
fight me? I'll fight you.
But
So
Cole, another problem of this is,
they don't take lightly.
wouldn't the city be flooded with 911 calls saying, "Why is there a drone flying over my house?"
oh yeah, you'd overload the system, and something actually would happen, and no one could get a hold of 911, which obviously isn't a very reliable service to begin with in most areas.
Also, wouldn't you need to tell your police officers, ambulances, and wouldn't you have to tell your emergency service? Listen, guys, the army's going to be flying over our city tonight, so there's going to be lots of reports of people taking out their M60
Yeah,
and
but I
shooting
think a
at
lot of
drones.
people. I think a lot of people generally don't care about helicopters because how often do you see a helicopter fly over?
Can you guys
No big
hear me?
deal. But the
helicopters
military
flying over my
ones are
house
generally
every day.
louder, but for the most part, I don't think very
Hey,
many
can
people
you guys
care.
hear me? Can you
Yeah.
guys hear me? Can you hear me? Check
Yeah.
the chat.
Chat.
It seemed like I
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I kind of bounced out there for a minute. I
Alright,
think.
well hopefully we don't lose you.
I couldn't hear anything.
I'm just gonna check
Okay,
the
good.
chat.
So anyway,
Let's
Jason.
check the chat.
I meant the comments.
So Jason, for
Oh,
this,
yeah.
the army. First of all, wouldn't they want to choose cities that would say be a risk to like terrorism and international threat?
Any big city, really, big major, metropolitan area.
Real quick.
Personally, I wouldn't
Real
be
quick,
surprised
Cole,
if
how
New
many
York
viewers?
had this drill.
What did you say, Jason? I didn't hear him.
Oh,
I didn't hear
sorry
you.
about
Yusuf
that.
was
Sorry
too busy
about that.
talking over you.
Sorry, no, I talked over him. Sorry about that, Yusuf. How many views
Okay.
do we have at the moment?
3.
Viewers? Okay.
Yeah, we peaked at about 6.
Okay, that's pretty good. My video may go out at any time, so just to let you know, my video may go out.
Yeah,
That way
maybe
I
just
know.
keep it at lower quality then. Maybe that'll help you.
Yeah. Well, then I won't be able to see my face.
Oh, don't keep it too low. Just the second notch down.
Okay. This.
No, the one before that.
Okay, that.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that should be okay.
Yeah.
If it goes out, I'll just come back in. So let's go ahead and start talking again. What were you saying, Yusuf? After I cut you off by accident.
Sorry about that. I just had some personal business.
Oh no. We don't want to hear
it. So you have anything else to say on this topic? Actually, I don't think we should keep going on this. But it is more of a national security type thing because it's in these big major areas. You don't want people dying, so they have to make sure that they're all secure and ready to go.
Okay, so.
And the way all these shootings that are happening, you're bound to get somebody, some smart person going out there and trying to take on the military once they see these planes and helicopters flying around.
Yeah,
they're gonna go out there and say, "Oh, you know what? I'm gonna, see if they."
I'm gonna show them. Yeah, but you know what? That never works. Either you're gonna be arrested, you're gonna be shot, and not once, multiple times by the military. This is not gonna work. You don't fight them.
Exactly.
You just, okay, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, finished. You
Exactly.
know, just let it
So
happen. 'Cause how are you going to fight the military? You're not.
you're not. How are you going to fight the
Exactly.
military? By not fighting the military. You're fighting the military.
Just
Don't
sit
fight
in your
them.
house and just mind
Exactly.
your own business.
The thing is, they probably want you to fight them. They probably want you to uprise and attack them because that
Yeah,
gives
yeah.
them something to do.
Remember, in one town there, they can shoot down the drones now.
Oh
Colorado.
man, I'd
They
love
they
to
can
see
pull out
that.
their shotguns and shoot the drones now.
Oh, they're allowed to, like legally allowed to.
In the well, I don't know if they're necessarily federally allowed
Oh,
to, but
oh
in
well,
the
if it's not
town
like
they can.
if it's not federally allowed, then no. So I'm
Yeah,
saying if it's
but according to town law, they can.
well, see that's weird. I wonder how that works. Then
So that's a little shady, but
that's a loophole right there.
they can, but they can't. But remember, it kind of makes sense because they're in the town's airspace if they
Yeah,
ever get
yeah,
there, right? So they're
yeah.
in their airspace on like if somebody, if a little, I guess if a little toy remote vehicle came onto your lawn,
I got
you
something to
you
say on that
probably
too.
could smash it.
The
But you want to know, but it's probably just some kid playing with it. But
exactly the deal of the week that I'm going to be mentioning at the end of the broadcast has something to say on these drones.
oh yeah, it's
It has
sweet
something to
sweet
do.
deal if you want to be
Yeah.
want to be government.
Yeah, exactly. Want to spy on people. It's a cool gadget. I'd love to have it, but we'll go ahead and talk
Well,
about that
yeah, but
later on.
remember, it might get shot down.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I had something to say about that.
Just
That thing will be obliterated with a 12 gauge.
yeah, just
Okay. Do you guys want to move on to the
drone
next?
everywhere.
Exactly. Let's go ahead and move on to what's the next topic?
Let's see here. I'll introduce this topic.
Our thoughts
I'm just
on
kidding. Hey,
the
hey, hey, hey! I
so-called.
introduced. I don't. Anyways,
Uh,
oh, okay. So our theories on the so-called DHS headquarters being built with an unknown budget. I didn't hear much about this one, so you might, Jason, you can go
I
ahead.
posted the article on the Facebook group, but basically, yeah, there's a headquarters. Now, this is from Before It's News, another iffy website. Supposedly, they're building a DHS headquarters that's going to house not only the DHS, but I mean, from the FBI, the CIA. It's going to be a massive.
what is DHS?
Department of
Government of Homeland Security.
Homeland Security. Yeah.
Homeland Security. Okay.
And it's just going to be one place of just power. Okay, it's going to be because you're going to have the FBI, the CIA, the DHS.
Well, this is using tax money, right? Public tax money, right?
Well, all of it's hidden. We don't know where it's coming from.
But assuming it's using tax money, which the people gave to the government,
the
people should know about it. If it's using tax money, the people should know about it.
Exactly, but how?
Because how would you feel if somebody borrowed money off you, took money, and then built something and said, no, this is top secret. You paid for it, but top secret.
Well, let me go ahead and pull up the okay.
How would you feel about
it? Listen. Okay, 1.3 million square feet of parking alone. That's parking space. 1.3 million square feet of parking space.
You got building in itself.
4.5 million feet of workspace.
Mm-hmm.
It's larger than the Pentagon.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
And it's going to have, like I said, the Coast Guard, the FBI, what is it? Department of Homeland Security.
So is this gonna replace the Edgar Hoover building or whatever it is?
I'm not sure. There's just speculation on this article here that I posted. You should check it out. It's gonna be a massive building.
But think about this, Jason. Hang on.
It's gonna have a hospital.
Wow. But how would you feel if somebody were to build something with your money and then say, no, you can't see it, top secret, none of your business. You paid for it, none of your business.
Yeah, but imagine the money that it takes for this. Where the hell did they get it, or who's funding?
It very well could be tax money. Remember, the U.S. has how many trillions in debt?
Yeah, that is true.
Jason,
they've used up their tax money. Now they're borrowing money.
Go ahead, Yusuf.
I figured out how the U.S. got all their money. It's mostly taxpayers, rich people, and they take a certain percentage of all the gambling money won.
Okay.
And this thing is probably going to cost, I want to say $30 billion.
Listen to this, though. 14,000 DHS employees alone. That does not include the CIA, the FBI, the Coast Guard. It does not include all them. This includes just the DHS people, the employees, which is going to be 14,000. It'll be able to house just for DHS alone.
And this thing's top secret, right? No one's supposed to know about it, right?
Supposedly, it's supposed to be top secret. I mean,
so how do we know about it?
Like I said, I think if the people are paying for it, the people should know about it.
I agree with you. If the people are paying for it, they should know about it.
Yeah,
But hey,
like I said,
the government can lie to us all they want to. They can
well, look at
lie.
Area 51. They denied its existence for years.
For
Yet
years.
people could show it to you. See,
Oh yeah, look
Area
at
51,
here.
right
Exactly.
there, right there.
Exactly.
And then the government, and the government would probably say to you, even though you could see it, no, that doesn't exist. You can see it.
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
Oh, that's a mirage.
Jason.
Yeah. No. Look up this miraculous story of how it's the reflection of sand.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
Jason.
Yeah, go ahead.
For this DHS building, honestly, the government. You know what? Where are they gonna put it? Because that's a whole lot of land.
Hey, you know what? And the U.S. has a whole lot of land. Remember, they're the third largest country. They'll find a spot.
Exactly. Hey, don't forget number 6, Cole. Don't forget what's coming out for number 6. Just to let you know.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Just to let you know. Just to let you know,
Gotta get ready for that.
Don't want to get stumped when I go ahead and tell you what's next. You're like, oh, what?
Jason,
let me get a drink of water first and some soup.
Indeed.
Agreed. Indeed. Go ahead, Yusuf.
For the DHS building, I'm thinking that first of all, it's got to be. Would it be restricted airspace?
Oh,
probably,
yeah.
Because if it wasn't restricted airspace, someone would fly over it and fly into it. So.
And I think it has to be somewhere where there's like a lot of open land, like a state with a lot of open land, maybe secluded.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Texas.
Put it in the mountains somewhere.
No.
Nah, there's too much oil in Texas. There's people everywhere.
Fine. They have to put it. Have this. Put it somewhere that nobody doesn't know, and it's. I wouldn't be surprised if they rip out some national park they got and.
No, they can't do that. They can't do that. That's too obvious if you rip on a national park. How would you, it would be pretty obvious. Like here, we got, Jasper National Park. Yusuf, would you notice that gone?
No, okay. What I mean by that,
no, my question is, would you notice if that park just disappeared? Now, park closed, never opened again.
Yeah, I would.
This park never existed either, by the way. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Never existed. That park, no, just your imagination. It was a dream many years ago.
Also, Jason, I have a question for you. So, the Pentagon, we actually know and can see, but Area 51 we can't? Why?
Hey, we can see Area 51.
No, we can see Area 51.
You can drive up, just don't drive past.
Go in it.
Just don't drive past the gates because they'll shoot you, but at least they can.
Yeah, and I wonder how far away the gates are, because I think it's like over a mile away from the actual compound.
Yeah, but Google does have satellite images of it.
Yeah, it's got satellite images, but you can't go any farther, and it's also got detector devices, like ground detector, motion detector, away on public property.
And then here's the interesting part. Now, it's restricted airspace above Area 51, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's restricted airspace infinitely. Even in space, it's restricted airspace.
What the hell?
But it's not on Google, for Google Earth. You can see over it.
Yeah, and they probably had it as a satellite just on that. But no, it's big restricted airspace. Even if you're not on Earth, it's restricted airspace.
Well, hey, listen. I kind of side with them because there was a lot of nuclear testings in that area, and there's a lot of aircraft doing maneuvers.
And back in the day, they had to worry about their about Russia. Yeah, and Russia was a big issue for them,
weapon.
And they even made cardboard planes to trick the Russians, which I think is actually pretty smart of them.
Ingenious.
That is ingenious.
Yeah.
Cardboard planes, like someone was thinking when they came up with that
I
one.
think it did trick them, didn't it, for a while?
It did. They totally fell for it.
Oh, that's American.
Which I think is just hilarious. Cardboard airplanes.
Oh, so you're saying? Is that all you have to say, or no?
I got one more thing. Why is it called Area 51? I've never understood that.
Because it was designated on a map that I believe.
Yeah, it was like a quadrant system.
A quadrant system, like a grid. This is Area 1. This is Area 1.
Area 2, Area 3, Area 50, 51, 52.
Area 52 so happens to have this massive base, and also some people say that there's underground bases underneath Area 51 and also S4.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that could be there because, first off, it's extremely secluded
and extremely large.
Like it's a lake bed is what it is.
Yeah.
So it's nice and flat, so
Right
they can
up.
put just about anything they want there.
Have you seen how freaking huge the runway is? The longest runway there.
No,
It's
I
like
have not.
the space shuttle can land on that and still have many like maybe like a quarter of a mile to a half a mile of length to go before it goes to a complete
Are you
stop.
serious?
Yeah, it's massive.
Now,
You
what
gotta
do
check it out.
they runway like that for?
All
You
these
know?
experimental air. There was a couple years ago someone was talking about an Aurora type aircraft.
Yeah, and if it's for
that could
national
be-
security, yeah, fine. I understand
Yeah.
the U.S. has to be safe, and the U.S. should protect its citizens.
Absolutely.
I would have a problem with them not protecting their citizens.
Absolutely. There you go.
Cole,
And
But-
turning those gadgets or turning those aircraft and those weapons on its own people.
Yeah, and that's where you don't want to turn your weapons on your own people unless they're nuts and they're holding up someone. Yeah, fine.
Or unless they're not doing what you say or not doing what the government wants you to do.
Oh yeah, that's valid reason, of course.
Jason,
There's
I have a
bound to
question
be
for you.
some people. There's bound to be some people in the government and in military. I'm not saying all people. I'm saying there's bound to be some people that would do that at some time.
But yeah, because how many people are in the government? Someone's going to do something. Sadly.
Exactly. What's up?
Jason, I have a question for you. What if somebody in the government just, I don't know, start on like a radio show saying, swear, you government.
What?
Yeah,
Just speak English.
He was saying cuss words. I believe it was fuck government or fuck you government or something like that.
Yeah. What if they said that and then they started ranting on about how, all of a sudden, what would happen if they started saying something that the government never wanted the public to hear about?
Well, I think it's free. Well, first of all, what they first said is free speech.
There you go.
Okay.
But
You
it
can't
also
do anything about that.
It also could get cut off. I've seen videos, like just go ahead and search on YouTube and on Google of people on CNN and they're starting to talk about stuff and then all of a sudden they get cut off.
Yeah, and I looked into something on UFO hunters. You know how that got canceled, right?
Yeah.
And there was something on there saying there was some interview I found with Bill Burns. I don't know if you ever seen it.
Yeah,
it's like one of the first results. It's one of the first results if you Google why it got canceled. If you Google why it got canceled, it's one of the first results that comes up. It's an interview with them, and he's saying that with that last episode that they did, they looked into how they could be building this big base in a mountain, and that was their last episode. And they think they could have touched on something because right after that, goodbye UFO hunters.
I believe that was Dulce, New Mexico.
That is correct.
Yes,
and
I watched
that. And after that happened, goodbye UFO hunters. The show was no more. So did they touch on something, or was it a coincidence? Because that wasn't the end of their season, as far as I know.
I think they did touch on something because there's a rumor going around that I believe in the 70s or 80s there was a so-called alien-human war at Dulce underground. It's a huge underground complex where aliens and humans collaborate with experiments.
Yeah, and they think it's like a tiered little thing where they have layers and layers.
Yeah, they got
of stuff.
layers of different alien species and.
That episode creeps me out because is it a possibility to have little green men underground?
Well, look at all these mysterious skeletons and mysterious artifacts and stuff that are being found around the world, especially in New Mexico. In New Mexico, there's a lot of these mysterious-looking creatures or unknown creatures being discovered that look to me human alien combined.
Well, how about this idea? I just thought of this. What if we got this whole thing wrong, and the timeline of events of Earth forming aren't correct, and maybe there was another intelligent species before us?
Earth is a lot older, maybe.
Yeah. So we could totally have it wrong. And are there intelligent species on this planet? Yeah. They think dolphins are smart. Apes are probably smart, and some animals can use tools.
Yeah.
Think of a crow. You might think it's stupid, but it can use tools.
Yeah, that's true. Think about it. Building a nest is like building a house.
For sure. And I watched this video on this crow. It was able to use this tool, multiple tools, and how to do multiple things to get food, and it did it.
Wow.
Guys.
So You know, not everything's stupid. Maybe you can't talk,
Jason?
but doesn't mean it's not stupid.
Go ahead, Yusuf.
One of the things is that what if the government did show off one alien body? The public
Mass
would.
hysteria. Mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. A lot of rioting, a lot of deaths, a
The
lot
little
of
green man here, you're right, there'd be riots. Why didn't you tell us about this sooner, assholes?
exactly police state. There would be police on military on every corner. There would
Oh
be
yeah, for sure. They
chaos.
have to though.
And the
But-
reason why is because it would devastate religion.
Yeah.
It would just devastate how we feel about the government for lying to us.
Everything you learned in the Bible
Would be
would be
it wouldn't
destroyed.
be
The
right-
church
no,
would be
no,
gone.
No. Not everything in the Bible, because some
Big
stuff
section
in
of
the
it, though.
Bible, big section of it, some stuff in the Bible was misinterpreted. I
Oh,
believe.
for sure.
My feelings.
And here's the thing, and it could be right because think of it. The original Bible wasn't, as far as I know, wasn't in English.
No, absolutely not. It was in
So we had to translate it from a language that probably doesn't even exist anymore.
We put what we wanted in.
Yeah, exactly. And look, we think we can what do you call it? We think that we can translate the Egyptian stuff that they wrote. And I'm sorry, we don't have anything to translate Egyptian to English. How do we know they even use the same words?
Exactly. Listen to this. The Book of Enoch is not in the Bible at all.
Really?
The Book of Enoch was a scripture. Was in the original in the original writings, but it was left out. Go ahead and Google search the Book of Enoch on Google, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Right.
Why? Wait, it says Jason. Go ahead and mute Yusuf.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, okay, you. Oh, okay.
I didn't want to hear him going, oh.
I was like, wait a second. I didn't mute anybody.
Hey, it's a Book of Enoch,
Jason.
right?
Okay, yeah. So let's move on to the next topic because I think Yusuf is getting bored.
Book first.
Actually, Jason, I just had one more last thing about.
Oh, it's Jewish,
aliens.
this book.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Next thing up is do you guys want to go to 6 or do you want to go 7?
Okay, Yusuf, there is an order, so let's do it this way. Up next, photos of the week.
By Cole Cooper.
And so we got 2 photos here for you to look at, so we're just gonna take a quick look at them.
By the way, make sure to follow him on Twitter.
Okay, so there's our first photo. Some geese right here. Hopefully that shows up well. I gotta change one thing quickly.
By the way, people, Cola's been known as the Duck Whisperer.
So we got this picture.
Yeah.
Picture here, and they posed for me. Really, they all came up to me and they got together and then they left. But I did get this picture of them. That is the first picture. Anything you guys want to say about that?
That I really like. They're all standing in a line like students.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It looked like you got somebody in the background there.
Not me.
I can't really. No, who's that in the background of the picture?
Oh, in the picture. That's somebody walking their dog.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Someone was unlucky enough to get in the picture, but yeah, I counted about 35. I've counted about 35 geese here.
Wow, how close can you get to them?
You know what? If you have food, they'll come right up to you.
Do you ever get attacked by them? Because I know geese are known to attack people.
I haven't, but
Take their wings
other
and go
people
like
do.
this.
And then here is the next picture right here of a duck. So hopefully you can see that well.
That I like right there. That is awesome. I like the water in the background, kind of glistening. Hang on a second.
Yep.
I like how the duck is standing and how you captured the photo. I love this photo.
Yeah, and the mouth is open.
Yeah, this is a good photo. I like this one. Go ahead, Yusuf.
But no, it started quacking right on time. So.
Oh,
Cole?
It's quacking.
Cole is the Duck Whisperer. He can literally get as close. Cole was telling me that he was taking a photo and then he was like a couple centimeters away from a duck. The duck was sitting and he was crouching.
Aflac should hire you then. Aflac.
I did a few days ago. I was standing right beside a duck, not quite as close as Yusuf said, but I was still pretty close. The duck I think was in arm's reach, which was kind of cool.
I like that photo. Any comments on YouTube?
On YouTube, let me check that. So this is the photo of the week, but before we check the comments, you can submit photos for next week's live stream, which will hopefully be at
7 Saturday, 9
9
p.m.
Eastern, and 9 Eastern on Saturday. You can submit pictures. You can tweet them at us on Twitter. You can tweet them to me at CK270 at Future Tech Ideas, or you can post them to our Facebook pages, either my Facebook page or just a Future Tech Ideas Facebook page, or even send them to Jason. Whatever works for you. There's a lot of ways to get them to us, and then we'll take a look, and whichever one we think is the best, we'll throw up. And if we only get one, then yours is the best picture automatically.
There you go.
So that is the photos of the week segment. Maybe we'll have one next week or two. We'll see how that goes.
Yep.
But that is the kind of idea we're going for. So, things that you see, maybe even a picture of yourself, something unique, maybe what you see in your area, maybe a landscape shot of your area, what you see that's unique to you.
Hey.
Animals in your area, whatever it may be. Send in pictures of that. That'll be great.
Absolutely. We would love to have your photo on our broadcast here.
For sure.
All right, so what was Yusuf saying?
I don't know. I heard something screaming there, so.
I think, what were we about to say, but you said, the comments. Yeah, any comments on YouTube?
Let me check. Comments on the YouTube.
We can't ignore them, those are...
I only have 2 monitors here, and it still ain't enough.
Oh, jeez, man. Cold Creeper's going ham.
Yeah, it's hard to look because I got 1 monitor on the floor here. Mostly from Mark Hyder.
Okay, what's he saying? Mark Hyder.
I am on Google Maps now. Hebrew, there might not know sometimes.
Okay, the book, the Bible he was referring it was written in Hebrew, the original language.
Yeah, I looked that up, and apparently it's Jewish. It's a Jewish book.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we might as well move along, unless Jason, you have anything to say on the photos of the day segment.
Oh no, it was a great segment. It was a great segment. Like I said, hopefully this broadcast so far, this broadcast is doing very well. I'm pleased to see we had Flipper. We had a Flipper from Tech Talk Live come on, and we also had Mark Hyder and our team member Erwin from Holland, who actually just got back from China, and he captured some really good photos as well.
See, that would be something unique, even your traveling pictures.
Exactly, traveling pictures. Send it to us. Send it to us.
So
send it to us right now.
Yeah,
okay, let's
exactly.
go.
So instead of making it look like we're about to end this thing, moving on, the next topic is
next topic,
roller coaster safety. Woman dies at Texas Six Flags. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of that, but it was actually I've heard about a few roller coaster incidents. I know there was another one recently. Yeah, there was this guy. He wore a hat on the roller coaster and blew off. Okay. And he went in to retrieve the hat where he wasn't supposed to go. It was all fenced off, whatever.
I think that was in Florida.
I'm not sure where it was, but he probably should have just asked somebody to get it for him. But he went in, and I think it hit him.
It hit him.
So
that happened in Florida.
Unfortunate, he died for a hat.
Listen, this happened in Florida too. I think it's the same story, but it was at a time when I lived in Florida, and I used to go to Busch Gardens all the time, as well as Disney World or whatever. I think it's Disney World and Universal, and that I see people all the time jumping the fence to get a cell phone that fell out of the pocket or something like that. And your hands get sweaty watching these people because that roller coaster is getting ready to come down, and they're just looking around for their cell phone or like you
don't want to be on the thing if it hits them.
Oh God, that'll break.
And what they should do is, and I'm sure if they were to ask somebody there that works there,
they would hold it
when the ride stops and everybody gets off.
Absolutely.
And next group gets on, you can get your thing and be done with it.
Cool.
Absolutely. What's up?
Cool. The man that died while getting his hat happened at Six Flags over Georgia.
Well, Six Flags in Texas, isn't it?
Yeah, they have Six Flags Park all over the
country. There was one in Texas, and now there's one in Georgia that happened too.
So yeah, there is a lot of these cases. What exactly happened in Texas, though?
Okay. Well, so far the news is that the lady was on the roller coaster with her son, I believe, or one of her family members or friends, and the woman sat behind the family member or the friend, and when they got off the ride, all of a sudden the family member or the woman didn't get off the ride at all. Like no one knew what happened. Nobody knew where that woman went, and so supposedly she flew off the roller coaster. I'm maybe suspecting suicide. Okay.
It could be, but that's one hell of a place to do it.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. There's no explanation. It happened on Friday.
Like, was she not? I was hearing that she might. I remember this now. I was hearing
might
that
have
she
been
may
unbuckled.
not have been. Yeah, may not have been properly secured in the thing
But
either.
she should have said something, or she should have, said, hey, or
But maybe she
something
didn't
like that.
realize it though, because
Yeah, you're excited to get on the roller coaster.
you're excited. Maybe you've never been on a
Exactly.
roller coaster before. You don't know what the
That.
proper procedures are.
But I mean, they didn't notice it until they got off the roller coaster. Like no one knew, not even the conductor, nobody watching, none of
And she
the
flew
passengers.
off, so she was already off this thing before it hit the ground, right? Before it got back, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, before it got
Yeah,
back, she was gone.
I would think somebody would notice that because
Absolutely.
everything that goes up must come down. When you fall onto that, it's coming down. You're going to hear a thump.
But then again, maybe she flew up out of the seat. You know when the roller coaster comes up over a hump, that it kind of gives you a push up and you kind of float. I'm thinking maybe that's what happened. But then again, maybe that first drop, that first descent, is where she flew off.
Jeez, that's.
Because
I don't know.
on all roller coasters, there's mainly a big descent right at the beginning, where
Yeah.
fall down really fast.
You back up, or you're going upside down, or something like that.
Yeah.
Throwing
upside down, absolutely. Yeah, splattering the people behind you.
Yeah. So there could be a lot of things at play. I'm sure the investigation, because I'm sure there's an investigation into it, will examine what exactly happened.
What exactly happened? Exactly. Yeah.
And
So let's go. Well, Yusuf, do you have anything to say on that? Is he still muted? Yeah, he's still muted.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's got all this background noise. You have to mute him.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry.
Go in the closet. Go in your closet, man.
Anyway, I found some more roller coaster deaths. And these are all at Six Flags.
It's got to be recent. Is it recent?
Yeah, a 6-year-old girl fell from this ride called the Octopus.
Oh wow, that probably has something to do with you spin around. Probably sounds like it.
Yeah, apparently the octopus ride goes from 4 feet to 25 feet.
Well, if you're saying this all at Six Flags, then it could be
Six Flags
an issue in management and
at Texas and at Georgia.
It could be coming down to let's save money.
Let's
poor employee training.
Exactly.
Could be a lot of things, really.
Wow.
Also,
a 6-year-old.
Also, by the way, this was a 6-year-old girl. Cole, there was an accident actually here in Edmonton. Back in 1990, a person died at a roller coaster in Galaxyland.
Oh yeah. And for anyone, there's probably most people watching this, Galaxyland is in West Edmonton Mall. Is North America's largest mall at the time of this video. That is.
Huh.
Let's see. Got a 12-year-old girl from your.
Some of these could just be flukes.
Yeah. Just
1990. That was that roller coaster probably still relatively new because the mall. Depends what phase. I don't know. Depends on what year it was built in. Because the mall was built in phases.
New technologies and stuff like that are bound to have malfunctions and stuff. Stuff happens.
Well, yeah. Every new technology has its problems.
Yeah. So something's going to happen, whether it be a death or a missing byte.
Maybe it just needs to be tested better.
Yeah, that's true too, or inspected better.
Oh yeah, for sure. But who inspects roller coasters?
Somebody does inspect. They go and climb up the.
Does the government regulate it?
I don't think the government does. It's separate companies, I believe.
Maybe they should, because these separate companies, they're probably in for it to make money.
Jason?
Yeah, I agree with you.
The inspectors could be coming out there and looking at it.
It looks pretty good. Background noise, boy.
And the inspectors could be coming out there going, just kind of standing there going, "Yep, she looks good. Yep. It's all good. I'm leaving now."
I could picture him now. Have a cigarette or something. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah. We're good to go. Let's go have a
This truck rolls down the window, looks out. Yeah, she looks good, yeah.
Yeah, well, okay, the 6-year-old guy.
It's standing, so it's good enough.
Go get my Pepsi.
Jason.
What's up?
Yeah.
Okay, back on July 19th, 2013, a 52-year-old woman fell from Dallas, Texas, Six Flags, riding the Texas Giant roller coaster.
That's the roller coaster I was talking about. The first topic what I was talking about was the Texas roller coaster incident. Background news noise, dude. God, man,
At
that's
least
really,
here I have a clock.
yeah, that's kind of. Come on, go to your closet, like I said.
Anyways, Jason, I think you were saying something there.
I'm just joking, Yusuf. I'm just joking. You're
So,
okay.
Jason, you were saying what we're moving into the pipeline or what?
Oh no, basically Yusuf was talking about the article that I mentioned, but he was doing it more in depth, I believe, because he's looking at the article, I believe, right now.
Right. And Jason, did you read that thing I posted last night on the pipeline?
Oh, yeah, I read some of it. I did not read all of it. I read some of it.
Yeah, it was pretty lengthy, so.
Yeah, it is pretty dang lengthy. But we'll go ahead and put that link in the description below. So if you want to see Cole's article that he wrote on the Texas-Canadian pipeline,
yeah, it's
go in
the
the
Keystone
description
XL
later on.
pipeline, which we will get into in a few minutes once we're
Go,
done on this.
go ahead and segue right into it, Cole. We're good to go.
Alright, so basically what they want to do is they want to pipe oil from the oil sands here in Alberta all the way to Texas so it can be shipped onto other foreign markets overseas.
Now,
there's a lot of controversy, especially in the U.S., because they're worried about oil spills and pollution, and I think they wanted to put it through some sort of aquifer too, because that's a great place for a pipeline.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Mom, the water's black. Mom, the water's black.
Yeah, it's thick too. I wonder why.
Yeah, it's like that soup you made.
Yeah, but they want to do that. It's a pretty long pipeline. They want to run it from I think they want to take the oil into a different part of Alberta.
Notifications, Cole Cooper. Talk about background noise.
I know, right?
I'm joking.
Yeah, I gotta mute this thing.
So, do you think that having pipelines that long will do a lot of damage? I mean, I do. I mean, think of the vast amount of space it's gonna, take or take up. I mean, it's gonna damage a lot of ground, like you said. It's gonna damage.
Yeah, but I think you're gonna get more damage onto these activists that think blowing up the pipeline's a solution. Like, I'm gonna show these oil companies, I'm gonna blow this pipeline up.
Some dynamite or C4 to it and see what happens.
Yeah, just gonna boom, and then you hear that all the time.
No, I don't think. I think.
And I really think that these activists think that they're doing the world a service.
Doing a service. I mean, when it comes to other topics or areas, yes, but coming to stuff like this, I don't think so. It's gonna bring one thing. It is gonna do. It's gonna bring a lot of money to Canada. I don't know about United States. Is it gonna bring money to the United States? It's gonna cost us a lot more.
Well, it's gonna create jobs to build the thing.
Yeah.
That's where I see. Yeah, it's gonna create American jobs building the thing. But I think for most of the pipeline, the oil is just going through the states. It's not stopping. So how is that going to create jobs?
That is true.
So it'd probably create jobs in Texas, but they already have a lot of jobs there to begin with. They have a lot of oil.
Yeah, like you said, it's going to cost us more money on the East Coast for what'd you say? I forgot what you said. My mind went blank. You said it's going to cost a lot of money for people here in Maine.
Oh yeah, they're saying now that the gas prices might go up in the Midwest.
The Midwest. I'm on the East Coast.
Yeah, but they're saying that they're also looking at that part too.
Certain
great. Parts of the area.
Now you made my night. God dang it.
Yeah, they think, and I'm not sure how that's going to raise gas prices. Or how's the pipeline? I guess building it. I guess you got to pay for it somehow. So.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Yusuf, are you? You know what you need to do?
No.
Uh-oh. Yusuf in trouble?
89. Shit, I'm looking up something here. I'm looking at some incidents about some roller coasters here. Hang on one minute here. Blah, 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 blah.
Alright, folks, after we get done this topic, we're going to roll into the tech roundup. So stick around.
Oh, please say we're not going in the house.
Stick around.
Okay.
Stick around for the tech roundup. Sorry for the background noise.
And apparently, West Edmonton Mall, aside from there being an accident, an incident there in 1990, there was also an incident on June 14th, 1986.
Oh wow! In the same place?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's at this. Oh, is it the same state or is it the same place?
Same building.
Oh, jeez.
Same place.
That Yusuf with his background noise is kind of getting me
riled up, yeah.
Not making me concentrate on.
Yeah,
talking in the
exactly.
topics. I'm like,
So,
what's
but
going on?
but Jason, what do you think of the pipeline being on, the U.S. side? What do you think?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No?
There is evidence of it, could disturb the environment,
Could I talk?
especially if it's something was to happen to it. If it was to
Yeah.
burst or something to go
For the
wrong.
most part, though, I don't think too much would happen to it unless, some activist decides, oh, I got a great idea
Yeah,
here. But
but
then
hey,
when that
hey,
happens, you get
look at
oil
all
all
the
over the place.
yeah, look at all the other things that we say that it's not going to happen, but it does.
Hmm. So,
We think it's safe. We
but
think
the
it's
question is
safe.
though, is it safer than a train? It has to get there somehow.
No, no, it's not safer than a train. Or yeah, it is safer than a train.
Yeah. Is
But
it?
like I
Yeah,
said,
it has to get there eventually.
we think trains and airplanes are really safe. That's why we ride them.
Hmm.
But eventually
But
something's going to happen. Eventually
yeah,
something's going to happen.
like look at that
Just
town in
like
Quebec there. They
just
had
like
oil
the
going
pipe.
through it. Now they have oil everywhere.
Just like the pipe. Something's eventually going to happen with this oil pipeline.
Mhm. Chances are it'll be human related, but
Yeah, chances are it will. That's just
yeah.
human nature, We screw crap up all the time.
I do have a hard time believing that's just gonna, one day,
Just couple.
burst or something.
Yeah.
Chances are some activist, is gonna say, I'm gonna protect the environment here. I'm gonna show you. So I don't know. It's hard to say. It'll probably help. It'll probably help the economy mainly up here and then in Texas
Yeah.
where the oil's going, and then of course overseas. But I think
But
in between, what's it really gonna do once it's built?
it's going to cause a lot of attention with
Once it's built, it's there. You
it's there,
can't
but it's
create.
gonna a
The only
lot of a
jobs
lot
you
of
can really create are maintenance.
yeah, a lot of activists are going to be
Yeah.
protesting it and stuff. It's probably going to be big news if it does happen and does get built
Yeah.
and stuff. A lot of attention is going to be drawn towards
Oh, for
pipeline
sure.
safety and how clean is the environment and are we doing
Yeah.
the right job
And I
on
think
cleaning
that
up the
the
environment?
biggest argument though for the pipeline would be, well, do you want another oil disaster like Quebec?
Gulf,
You don't want that, do
yeah,
you? Like, sure, what happened in the Gulf of Mexico there was pretty bad too.
yeah,
But
that wasn't
that's
a
kind of
pipeline.
slightly different too, the way it
Yeah,
was on those
it
oil
wasn't a
rigs or
pipeline.
whatever.
It was a rig. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Can
know.
I?
I
Can I get?
think it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's one of those things where it has a good and a bad to it.
Well, sure. Economically, in certain parts, it's going to help. Environmentally, it might not help.
Can I
Exactly. What do you
have?
think? You said what
Yeah.
you think on that?
Okay. Can I have a saying on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The pipeline is gonna. The pipeline. There's lots of positives and there's lots of negatives. The major positive is it's gonna bring oil to the U.S. The major
No,
negative
they're already
is
getting our oil.
yeah.
We're the biggest foreign supplier of oil to the U.S.
Yeah, Canadians
So,
bragging all the time. Blah
so
blah
they're already
blah.
getting our oil. Either way, they're going to get it. But we want to get our oil to other foreign markets other than the U.S.
Personally, I want that pipeline from Alberta to BC to happen.
Yeah, but the BC government doesn't want that to happen either.
I wish. How about this?
They have another plan too. They want to send the oil all the way out to Eastern Canada now.
You know what my plan is? Do away with fossil fuels and be done with it.
So what would you use?
That'll never happen.
Eventually it will, but right now we
Yeah,
don't have
it
the
will.
technology to do it.
I'd use sun power, wind power. I'd also use the power of
I use
rivers
electric.
and flowing current. Because a lot of current, you could put wind turbines or turbines down in the rivers and stuff, fast flowing rivers. That
Yeah.
river will spin those turbines, generating electricity.
Oh my
Now
god.
you better hope your electric car works well in the winter,
Well,
because we all
yeah.
know that batteries don't all do all that well in the cold.
What about
Put your phone in the freezer.
what
Watch
about
what happens to it.
what about like vegetable oil or
Yeah, like
other
biodiesels.
biodiesel. Exactly. What about biodiesel? That'll help out a lot.
You're still burning something though.
Maybe we should just go ahead and do away with personal automobiles. Excuse me, my voice is going. But let's do away with personal automobiles and just use mass transportation, like trains and buses and stuff like that, and taxis and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but then with the bus, you have to wait for the bus. You
Well,
have to wait for the train.
Cole, let's all
You
become
have
a
to
bike.
wait for the taxi.
Cole.
Think of all the space it would save and all the time it would save in traffic
Yeah, but do
taking
you
away
want
the
to
trucks and
wait?
cars.
Do you want to wait for a bus that could be late,
Yeah, you wouldn't
especially in
have
the
to wait.
winter?
You wouldn't have to wait
Blowing
that long.
snow,
No, no, no.
wind chills.
But listen, I'm not talking like the buses we have now, like buses every now and then or every 2 hours. I'm talking about buses and being the main transportation. Buses everywhere, like we see cars and trucks.
But if
Buses
you
that'll
have
be there like
if you
every.
have that many buses, then you're probably just putting more pollution into the air.
Well, I mean, well, not really, because a lot of people have more than one car. Like a lot of people would. My dad has like 15 or so cars, vehicles that are able to be on the road and able to drive on the road. He doesn't just drive one car. He drives a truck. He
Oh,
drives
for
a
sure,
car.
yeah.
He drives a van.
But I don't think very many people would be very happy with that idea.
But
Because
think of
even though you're gonna
yeah,
have to wait, and half these bus drivers can't drive to begin with.
that yeah, they drive pretty crazy. All the crashes I see on YouTube of bus drivers.
There
Pretty
was that
insane.
one case, I don't know, in some U.S. city, the bus driver was caught jacking off.
Oh my God, that is insane. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think for alternative biodiesel, or what do you think about that?
If you can get it to work, why not?
It'll never catch on in the U.S.
If it will work, and work on a huge scale, then
Hey
yeah.
guys, Erwin has a great topic. Future food ideas. Future food ideas.
Personally, I would like the
That
pie
way,
that.
that
Personally, I
that
want to.
that could be discussed in a different segment of the broadcast, or
Yeah,
a
let's
different.
finish up on
But
this.
yeah, let's
Let's
do
do
that
that at the end.
at the no, let's do that at the other broadcast next week if we have
Next
one. Are
week?
we gonna have one? Okay, are we gonna have
Yeah.
a broadcast?
Far as I know, yeah.
10
This
p.m.
is going pretty good actually. So
Okay, yeah, good.
it's
Yeah, we got 6 viewers. I think you said we had at one time.
that's when it peaked. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. And so next week we'll be able to get our stuff going on with
Oh
the
yeah.
broadcast and stuff. So
Okay.
let's go on to the next topic. Next topic
Can I read
is
it?
yeah, the tech roundup. The next topic is tech roundup.
The
Make
only
sure,
actual technology section of this. I'm really enjoying this. Not
No,
talking about
wait.
tech thing.
Yo,
yeah.
Jason.
What's up?
Jason, I got number 9 here as feds tell users to turn over passwords.
Okay, wait. Go up above that where it says iPhone 5s. What will it be?
Got
and
it,
what
got
do
it,
you
got
want
it. Tech
to-
roundup, got it.
Go ahead, Yusuf.
How about, just as a thought for tech roundup, we'll each say 2 stories that we found interesting.
Wait, out of all the 12, or out of all the 13, or out of the tech roundup? Are you serious?
No,
We
in
don't.
tech roundup, we each introduce 2 stories.
That's posted in the chat here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that many stories in the chat, so
Okay, in the chat right now we have feds tell users to turn over passwords. Our thoughts on that. When will Apple ever fail? Then I got cool Apple of the week, which I'm going to take care
let's
of
talk
that.
about Apple then.
Okay. Yeah. When do you think Apple will fail? When I think Apple will fail, I think it's on the descent now. I think
They are, yeah.
I think they peaked around 2009, 2010. That's when their peak was. Maybe even 2011. And now they're on the slow descent.
All right, the reason they're on that decline is because they're coming out with the same thing every year.
And I believe Steve Jobs has something to do with that.
The iPad hasn't changed since the iPad 2, really.
If Steve Jobs was still in with Apple and still alive, well, and still alive in general, he'd be innovating. He wouldn't be stalled out where we're at
The
now.
iPhone 5 is the same damn thing they came up with 3 years ago, just a little taller. They're coming with the same stuff. People, and if you look at what's happening in the Android market with Samsung, LG, Motorola, they're all coming out with these brand new phones. They got these, 5 point whatever inch phones that are way too big for your pockets, but they have them, and it's an option. That these modern looking things, and they have processors that you really don't need, and they just make the iPhone look like shit.
I agree with you.
Jason?
What's up?
Apple will hit its descent when people find the iPhone
Obsolete?
obsolete or just not relevant anymore. Because I saw this concept phone where it's just a phone, but all of its buttons are on the back.
That would be annoying. Even with the Motorola Zoom, they had the power button on the back, and I found that to be weird for the first few weeks.
I would want to go into that. I bet Philip on Tech Talk Live would have something to say on that.
You get used to it, but No, the iPhone's already kind of getting boring. Like they're trying to change up the OS in iOS 7,
Yeah.
and Jason, you've seen it, and it's really the same thing with new colors.
New colors. Is it
Basically,
is it still pastel-y looking?
from what I've seen of the pictures, yeah.
Oh god, it looks like candy, or it looks like a.
They just gave it a new coat of paint and called it. It's
guys,
revolutionary. This is magical.
Oh, innovative.
Guys.
We're innovative because we changed the color.
And of course, as Apple used to say, it's
Jason.
magical.
Yeah, go ahead, Yusuf.
iOS 7 was designed for Steve Jobs' children, 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 5-year-olds. Because
Why?
most people
When
that
their
use
market,
iPhones are 5-year-olds.
their market is not 5-year-olds.
If you're seeing, but how do we
10-year-olds.
how do we know where their biggest customer base is?
The customer base is.
I have what age group are they trying to go for?
I think
you'd have to look at the numbers that they release every year to see that.
Yeah, I think they should be going for ages 14 to
35.
Now they
No,
may not
I'd
know,
say 40.
and the reason
I'd
they
say
can come up
40.
with those numbers is sure they may not know what age group they're selling it to. When they sign up for all these Apple accounts, you have to give them your date of birth.
Yeah, there you go.
That gives them an idea, doesn't it?
That does. Huh.
And then they can just take some data and see, obviously we're getting,
A lot of
more
numbers.
hits onto this age group compared to this age group.
But God, I don't like the color at all. I don't like the candy pastel-y looking.
I seen
it almost looks like colors off of Barney or off of.
I seen a video on iOS 7 on the iPad, and I don't even like it. I want iOS 6 on the iPad, and I'll probably eventually upgrade, but.
Okay, did you revert back to iOS 6 or?
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Going to.
No, garbage.
Okay, good.
And then on the iPad,
I'll
iOS
keep that
6
in mind.
looks so much nicer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. iOS 6 all the way, man. I'm gonna keep it for as long as I can.
You know what? Windows Phone actually looks like the nicest OS though.
Hey, no love for the Android.
I agree with Windows Phone. Windows Phone, I want to get so
Microsoft
bad.
is really trying, but they don't have the developers for the apps.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing an app review.
That's their biggest killer.
Just to mention for everyone on this YouTube channel that you're watching now, the live stream, I'm going to do an app review from Windows 8 from the Windows 8 store. So it'll be based Windows 8 application review.
Hey,
yeah, I gotta get back into doing videos too. I haven't done that in a long time.
Yes, I'm trying to get app reviews out weekly. It's kind of hard because of my vlogging and other stuff and my writing.
I did app reviews for a while there, and I find it to get boring after a while.
Oh yeah, it does get boring, but I just like doing them. They're fun. All right, go ahead, Yusuf.
Okay. Have any of you guys tried out the new Lumia 1020?
No, that's the one I want to get for Windows Phone.
Personally, I would buy the phone just for the camera.
The camera's like what, 41 megapixel or something like that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Think about it though. When you upload it from the phone, it condenses the file, compresses it. And remember, if it's a 41 megapixel file and you get the actual 41 megapixel file, it's going to be like 60 megabytes anyways. You're going to have to crop it anyways. So you're only going to get like a 16 megapixel picture. So you're getting all this is hype. Ooh, 41 megapixels. And when you're going to end up getting grainy shots, because I've seen some of the shots and they're not that great. I'm sure the original uncompressed pictures are just fine, but 41 megapixels is going to come out with a huge file.
That is overboard, unless if it's a DSLR or a regular camera.
Yeah, but even the most, the Canon's DSLRs, like 12, 16 megapixels, not 300.
Exactly. I want to move on to the next topic now.
Actually, hang on. With Apple, though, I was going to mention something here. What was I going to mention now?
The fourth generation, or the next gen iPad, or the iPhone.
I think you're going to end up losing a lot of money, because they're fighting so many of these other companies.
Oh yeah. I mean, what do they have? They have Google now, isn't Google?
For the past few years, they've been fighting every company out there.
And now there's just more companies.
If you make electronics, you've obviously copied Apple.
That is true. That is true. In Apple's eyes.
They're going overboard.
In Apple's eyes, that's true.
And they sued one company over rounded edges.
Oh my God, I'm getting sued.
And they sued Motorola over the Motorola Zoom because it looked too much like the iPad. Doesn't look anything like it, but it looks too much like the iPad. They sued Amazon over App Store, the word App Store. It's a generic name.
Hey guys.
They got to sue them too.
Now see, I believe one of the podcasters I was watching brought up a good topic that once you buy an Apple product and once you are in Apple world, you're stuck in Apple world. You want to be in Apple. You want Apple TVs. You want Apple this. You really don't go over to Android. You don't really want to go over unless if you're a geek like us. You're more into the Apple world.
Yeah, it's just so locked. Like, you can only do certain things.
Exactly.
That's why so many people jailbreak their devices. Because I'm going to do this cool thing. I've seen this on my friend's Android device. I'm going to try this out. Oh, I can't do this unless I jailbreak. Well, that's a disappointment. Better learn how to jailbreak.
Yeah, but jailbreaking with iOS 7, I don't think is necessary.
It still is.
It still is with iOS 7? Yeah.
Everybody says that with every new update. Oh, jailbreaking not necessary anymore. Give it a few weeks. As soon as the new jailbreak comes out, that talk is done.
Unless there's something a jailbreak offers that the iOS 7 or the new operating system doesn't, then yeah, a jailbreak is necessary.
Yeah.
Jason,
what's up?
One of the things I want in iOS 7 is more of those gestures that are for the iPad.
Well, iOS 7's already out, so no luck there, buddy.
And some of the gestures, they're probably going to come out new because remember, there's different betas.
Oh yeah, different betas.
The Gold Master version, the GM version, is the final version. But this one gesture, you know how you use 4 fingers to do that, right?
Yeah.
And quote this. See, with the new multitasking, it doesn't make much sense anymore. So that one they may have to change.
Yeah, they probably will the next beta. What beta are they on? What beta is iOS?
I think it's beta 3 or beta 4. I think it's beta 3. Okay, so they're still in the early stages. Probably mid-September when we might see it. Mid-September, October-ish, we'll probably see it.
Any comments on the YouTube?
No, I just checked. The only thing that my Mark Hyder said is, well, got to go. Love the show. See you soon.
Yeah, see, this broadcast is kind of going very long.
I didn't expect it to go this long.
Neither did I.
I think we came up with so many topics that it's just going on so long. But I'm enjoying this. It's a good.
Exactly. So many good topics too.
Yeah,
something we could really talk about.
And for anyone that wants to know why we're not focusing on tech anymore, at least in our live stream here, it gets boring.
Absolutely, it does get boring. Nothing
because
to talk
it's
about.
the same week. Oh, Apple did this. Apple did that. Apple sued this company. Apple sued that company. Samsung sued this company. Oh, Samsung came with new phone. New phone here. New phone there. New computer. Oh, Apple is rumored to doing this. Like, it's the same stuff every day, every year.
Yeah. All right, so I really want to move on to this next topic because I really have a lot to say about it.
Which one?
For Jason's Apple review.
What the? Okay.
No. Feds tell users Feds tell users to turn over passwords. So what is our thoughts on that?
When I first seen this story, it just pissed me off.
Hey, did you see my post? I think I posted on that article.
The thing with this, Jason, would you give if the government came up to you and asked for your password to Facebook, would you give it to them?
Oh, absolutely, in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, of course, right? You just want to do that because it's obviously a matter of national security for the government to have that information, right? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Like first off, they already have. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, oh yeah, it's national security because you're sharing a conversation with your girlfriend or like a conversation with your friends or something like that. That's national security. They need to know
movies next week. Yeah, that's national security right there. Yeah.
Exactly.
But
they need to know.
The government already has agreements with these damn companies to begin with to get this information. So why do they need their passwords now? All they have to do is talk to these companies and get a ton of information. Because think about it. If the government comes knocking on some company's door saying they want all the information people have shared, you gonna listen to them?
They may have already done so.
And they have it, like Facebook and Apple and Google.
Scenes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you're probably going to listen to them because the government has a lot of power. If you don't listen to them, they're just going to go to court and get the power to do it anyways. And if you don't, if they have a court order and don't follow you, then there you go. You have to listen to them.
Yep.
Hey guys.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Yusuf? Mr. Useless, what do you think?
It's just okay. I'm just gonna veil off color just for 1 second. So I searched up
Hey,
Area 50. I searched up Area 51 on Google Maps.
Yep.
Apparently, people have put up reviews of Area 51.
You can review prisons on Yelp. It doesn't surprise me.
Wait a second. A review of Area 51, reviewing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like showing like the buildings and stuff and what is where,
No,
or
showing
like
an aerial view of it.
that's kind of dumb.
Well, anyway, I do have something to say on our topic we were just talking about. This whole feds thing with the passwords, it's a huge privacy issue, is what it is.
Yeah, everyone's worried
The
about
government
privacy.
doesn't need that power. They're not fighting terrorism with that. They're not protecting you. It's nothing to do with national security, as far as I'm concerned. What do they need it for?
Because they want the control, the power.
And they're getting information not just from Americans, but from people across all over. Like the Canadian government. The Canadian government even, in one of their sessions in Parliament, even discussed the U.S. government and all their spying. They discussed PRISM in Canadian government and whether they were getting our information. From what I can understand, the Canadian government was pissed about it.
That's probably going to be their excuse for spying on its own people. Oh, we're not just monitoring you; we're monitoring everyone.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure there's no terrorists and stuff like that.
And then they're saying that they're not they're not getting all the information. But, the British are spying on everyone, too, so they're just sending the rest of the information to the Americans anyways, they say.
Yeah.
So they're getting all the information, they're just not doing all the spying.
Oh, goodness. It's just nonchalant. Oh, yeah, we're just going to spy on you.
Yeah, and then if you ask them,
nothing you can say.
Well, I don't know what's going on. And that didn't happen. I think the Senate in the U.S. tried to fight them, too, and, that failed.
That failed?
Yeah. They don't need that much power, though.
Governments.
But yeah, if you were to ask one of them, it would be like, I never heard of that before. Bad Edward Snowden.
Yeah, what is that? Yeah. So, Yusuf, you still there? Or are you still muted? Okay, good. You sound a lot. There's no more background noise. That's good.
That's because the background noise, I finally shut it down.
You shut her down.
Anyways.
Alrighty, so we ready to move on, or?
Let's see here. Shit, where's my mouse? Okay. The next topic is cool app of the week, Jason. So,
cool
why don't you roll on into that?
All right, the cool app of the week for future tech ideas is Camera FX. Now, the link for the download will be in the description after the fact of this video broadcast. So, cool app of the week, it's free. It's Camera FX, but there is a premium version where you can buy. And you can also get a lot more effects, but they provide you with a lot of effects and filters. So this app offers free real-time filters that let you take pictures and add funny or interesting effects just like in Photo Booth. Now the features include real-time photo effects and filters, supports both front and back camera, built-in torch or flash for your device with a flash, built-in gallery, easily previewable with your photos, built-in thumbnails, you can easily find your pictures that you've taken. It supports both 4:3 ratio and 6:9 aspect ratio. You can easily browse through all the filters. It's a universal app, so it works on iPhone and iPad. It takes both portrait and landscape mode. Now I'm not going to list all these effects here, but some of the free effects or filters they offer is X-ray, bulge, sketch, posterization, sepia, thermal, mirror, grayscale, stretch, squish, love, and a ton of other free filters they offer. Now there are 108 filters that you can get, but like I said, you have to pay for the premium version. Now you can also share your pictures through Facebook, Twitter, Flickr. You can send an email. You can save it to your photo album. You can copy and paste it. And you can also send it to Tumblr as well. It was rated for 3.5 stars. I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the pictures that I've taken with filters added. Hopefully it shows up. Is it showing up, Cole?
Let me check. Yes.
Okay, so here's some of the photos I've taken. Like I said, these are free effects. These effects that I've used. in the Camera FX application for iPhone and iPad. A lot of fun stuff I did here, just messing around. You know, that looks very weird. Looks, I don't know what the heck that is. It looks, I don't know, I can't describe it. But yeah, that's one of the free
It looks
effects.
like there's like a light or something in that one.
Yeah, it's, I think, well, I don't know. I didn't have a light on at the time. I don't know what that is. No. I don't think I had a light on, no. But here's some more effects. Like I said, you know, it's got that little cool effect there. Yeah, so it's Camera FX, available in iTunes and also, I believe, for Android. Like I said, I'll provide the link in the description. Once again, that's Camera FX, free app of the week.
Right on.
All right, that's it. So what's the next topic here?
The next topic is
Guys,
a topic that I really don't like is the royal baby, which
Jason.
everybody seems to care about.
Yes, the royal baby.
Jason.
What's up?
Did you guys notice that I was not in the Hangouts?
Yeah, that's why I muted you when you joined.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah,
moving on.
The royal baby, Prince William and Kate. Finally, Kate had her baby. It's a baby boy.
Named George Alexander.
Wait a second. I've been waiting for like a long time for her to have her baby. It felt like forever for her to have her baby. Like,
I just haven't cared. Like, what's so special about it?
Well, because it's a royal baby. So I'm wondering.
But you think about it, Jason. You know how many people are having babies right now?
That's
and they're
true,
on the news.
But listen, are they royalty? Are they royalty?
But what makes the royals so special? They don't have any power to begin with.
That is true. I don't know. You ask the people. You ask the people who
like
care.
here in Canada, they have the Governor General to represent the Queen, so they can give our bills the royal assent to turn them into laws, which is a total waste of time, and it should just become a law once it's been passed through every other part of government. You know.
Cool.
Doesn't have any power and just say, "Yep, it's a law." Like serious.
I agree with you. I mean, it's just something for the people to talk about and admire over. You know,
the Queen doesn't do anything for you, and neither does the royal family.
Oh.
But all they do is bring in tourism to Britain, and good for them on that. But
no,
they're not doing anything for the people.
Listen, I'm wondering. Do they make special royalty diapers and special royalty baby food for the
they
child?
probably have special royalty everything. They're living in a special royalty house to begin with.
Exactly. You got to think of all the, like we were talking about, the food modifications and
Look,
GMOs and all that.
They're probably not at the local grocery store.
Exactly. Go ahead,
Jason.
Go ahead.
Okay. So in Britain, if you had a baby born on the same day as George Alexander Louis, which is his name,
one of the kings. Yep.
You would have gotten on your birth. You would have gotten a special penny. I am not joking. You would get a special penny from the British
penny.
Mint.
That's useless. Don't they have pounds down there though?
Yeah, pounds.
Yeah.
So they probably don't use pennies.
But you get a royal special penny from the mint
pence.
if you were
They're
born on the
pence.
same day.
Yeah.
They're called pence.
So you get a pen if you were born on the same day as if you had a baby born on the same day as George.
As George, that's his name. Okay, the baby boy, the royal baby boy.
You know,
the one that has special royalty baby diapers and special royalty baby food.
Like they have security and all. Like they got the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, they got
and another 9 yards on top of it, but
exactly.
But they don't do anything for anybody.
That's true.
And that's why I don't think it's not special. It's like celebrities. You see them in movies, but there's no actual connection to them. They don't know you, and they probably don't care to know you.
That's true. Wait a second. The royalty baby does provide fertilizer in its diaper.
Yeah, you throw in the garbage, yeah.
No, that could be a fertilizer.
I don't think anyone would want to use it, but
I'm just joking.
It's just I don't know. Who cares? That's the way I see it, you know.
Jason.
But did you see that picture where the royalty baby is waving to the photographers and stuff? He has his hand.
Yeah, and whose hand was right behind it, you know, moving it.
Hey.
Yeah,
exactly.
and, you know, I'm sure somebody was holding it. You know, I'm sorry, a newborn baby isn't gonna go.
Yeah, it was probably Kate.
You know.
Probably Kate. I gotta say, she's very, very gorgeous, by the way. Just
throw
that out there.
They came to Alberta last year. They went to the Stampede or something like that, or the rodeo or something like that.
Man,
No, it's kind of weird seeing him seeing the what the hell is his name? He was in a cowboy hat and just like
William.
like down a place.
You seen him? You seen him
No, I
like
didn't.
in person?
No. I just seen him on the news.
Hey, Jason. I don't know this much, but if you take the first 3 letters, you take the first letter of each of George's name, it spells gal.
Huh.
Gal? Wait, did you say gal or gal?
Gal.
Those are his
G-A-L.
initials. That's his initials. But and as well, they do too much for the royalty. Like here in Alberta, we had Highway 2. The Queen came here. They renamed it.
That's why we call it the Queenie.
Yeah, it's the Queen Elizabeth Highway. It's just
All right, guys.
QE2,
All
but
right, guys. Here's our
the
live.
QE2.
Here's our live broadcast mascot.
oh yeah,
This is
A
our
cat.
mascot right here. A cat.
looks tired.
Yeah.
But I'm serious, Jason. The Queen came here a few years ago, and they renamed a highway.
Are you serious?
They renamed an entire stretch of highway.
I don't know what they named it.
The Queen Elizabeth Highway, something, I don't know.
What? Queen Elizabeth? That's
Like,
too hard. That's too
Is
long
she
to
old? Yeah,
pronounce.
she's been queen for like 60-some years. But
Holy gosh. Oh, by the way, since the guys over at Tech Talk Live have their own little sponsor thing where they do Pepsi, they drink Pepsi all the time over there on Tech Talk Live on their podcast. So our little thing is Twining's Tea.
never heard of it.
Twining's
No.
Tea. That is going to be our little sponsorship.
Obviously, I'm not good at promoting it because I never heard of it. But
Twining's Tea. It's really good.
Oh, yeah?
How about some of this?
Any tea is good for you. Any tea is good.
it's probably better than coffee, you know.
Absolutely, it is. This is decaffeinated too, so.
Yeah, see, you're all
Hey,
wired
Jason?
up from coffee. And watching
Yeah.
20 years, coffee will
Hey,
cost
I'm
cancer too.
gonna once when we get over with the broadcast here, I'm gonna take me some couple drinks of tea and I'm gonna relax because it doesn't make me stay up all night. It's decaffeinated.
Hey, Jason.
What's up?
Little fact about royal knowledge. In British Columbia, there's a town called Prince George.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's sounds like that all over. I think there's another one.
Prince Edward Island. There's Prince Edward Island.
Yeah, there's some town in Saskatchewan. It's Saskatchewan's got some neat names like Moose Jaw. That's kind of.
Oh yeah.
Regina.
Regina. Oh god, you guys are crazy.
But
All right, next topic.
too much is done for these royals. Hang on, if they come here, they rename everything for them. But if I go down there, they ain't renaming it for me.
Well, listen. Think of the power they have over in England, in Britain.
They don't have any power.
Well, they have a lot of power over in Britain. What are you talking about?
They don't. They really don't have any power.
Look at all the people that go out and watch them.
They have a lot of money, but they really don't have any say in what happens.
Are you talking about princes?
Government-wise, they don't.
They don't.
Within their government, they don't really have any power.
I don't know about that. No.
As far as I know, they don't have any power.
Well, they have a lot of control, like the prime minister and.
Okay, guys.
But they don't really do anything. The government does stuff for them. The Queen doesn't.
Guys,
the Queen just makes appearances.
Trust me, they have
Jason.
they have power. They have power.
They don't have that much. As far as I
Jason.
know, they don't have any power.
They don't have power like the government of our country.
They have money.
Power. They have
And
money.
that gives them power.
Money provides power. Exactly. Money gives power.
But they don't really have the power to do things in government or whatever. But
They could.
Well, I think it would be weird to have the Queen as Prime Minister and
Who gets invited
Queen.
to all these secret societies over there, Bilderberg groups and stuff like that? Royalty family members get invited to the Bilderberg meetings with one of the vice president. I think isn't the vice president. What's her name? I can't think right now. What's the vice president's name?
I have no idea.
Bill Clinton's wife.
I haven't heard much about them. The only thing I've heard is Alex Jones rant on about them.
Yeah. Well, Bilderberg Group is real. They really do stuff. They really go and talk in secret or whatever. They say it's off the record, supposedly.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, Jason?
Yeah. Clinton, one of the Clintons was at the secret meeting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and one of the Clintons was Hillary Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
I believe she's our vice president, too. I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, I've been hearing that she wants to... didn't she try to run for president a few years ago or something?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, they're thinking that she might try again in 2016.
Well, yeah, that's good. I mean, I'd vote for her. Because I supported Bill Clinton. I supported Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
And Bill Clinton. So.
Jason.
What's up?
I want to add something. When you were talking about the Prime Minister of the UK.
Yeah.
I heard about a story where David Cameron is blocking. Is somebody
It's
find the
okay.
article?
Calm down.
Somebody find the article because I forgot what
article.
I didn't post the article.
No, yeah, we didn't neither. No.
Yeah.
That's I don't know.
Just Google it. Google David Cameron Prime Minister blocking and.
Well, I guess Yusuf's looking at it. Jason, you might as well head into our final topic.
Oh yes, the final topic, guys. This is the end of the broadcast, but after the final topic, we'll go into some other things mentioning. The final topic or discussion is the deal of the week from Amazon.com. Now, remember when we were talking about drones earlier on? This deal of the week kind of fits into that area. Let me go ahead and pull it up. It is a Parrot AR Drone 2.0 from Amazon.com. It's a quadricopter with a replacement battery for iPod Touch, iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. You can get it in orange and blue, orange and green, or orange and yellow. It's $339, but if you have Prime membership, it's $271.99. So make sure you get that Prime account. I believe it's like $79 a year. Which is very good. You get free 2-day shipping on all of your stuff that's Prime eligible. Also, this quadricopter receives 720p high definition live video streaming to your smartphone or tablet while flying. Records and shares videos, pictures straight from your Free Flight 2.0 piloting app. So you have to have that Free Flight 2.0 piloting app downloaded in order to operate this drone. It's remote controlled, like I said, by it's remote controlled quadricopter controlled by your iPod Touch, iPhone, iPad, and Android devices with version 2.2, and it also has to be a multi-touch device, which most of the devices nowadays are multi-touch. Like I said, it's the Parrot AR Drone 2.0 quadricopter on Amazon for $271.99 with Prime membership. This link will be in the description to check it out. It's really cool. I'd love to have this little toy here. It looks like a lot of fun.
Creepy though, you know. Might be fun to fly, but
oh, absolutely, fly.
You see those people with those little, remote control airplanes, and it looks so cool. But I think I'd probably crash it.
This is more of a drone, more of like a helicopter type of. Doing an airplane is kind of hard, to maneuver and all that. But more of a drone. A drone is kind of more easier to.
It might be a little creepy though, if
Yeah, absolutely.
You're flying it over a neighborhood or something.
I would be down for getting that though. Being able to stream videos and stuff, dude. You could like do a tour of your town and tour of your city or something, and just stay at home. Just like sit at home and be on your iPad touring your town with your quadricopter.
Such, yeah, that is one way to do it. Just
take pictures of places that you can't get to. Like say you want to get a picture of your bridge, but you want to get it from a water
different
perspective.
Angle.
Yeah, like you want to get a water perspective. Like say you can't get a canoe and go into the river and take a picture of the bridge. You could go ahead and take your quadricopter, fly it down to the water level, and get a picture of your bridge.
Yeah, you could do some interesting stuff with that, yeah.
Absolutely, you get video, pictures as well. So go check it out. It'll be in the description after we get done the broadcast here. It'll be linked as the quadricopter deal of the week.
Alrighty, I guess we might as well wrap this thing up.
Yes.
So, let's see where we're heading into this.
Any last words? Anybody? Yusuf, Cole? Make sure Yusuf isn't muted, by the way. Yusuf, you might be muted. Okay. Any last words? Okay. Any last words, guys?
Apparently not. So, I guess we might as well just end off with our outros, and let's head off on this one first. So,
okay, wait a second. Let's go ahead and mention the next broadcast.
Oh, yeah. We'll be right back. Right here on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Pacific, and hopefully we'll only run for an hour, or it could be more than an hour. So we'll be right back here Saturday next week, in August, I think. So that will be that. So join us Saturday
I also want.
Join us Saturday at 9 Eastern.
Cool.
I also want to mention that Future Tech Ideas website will be converted in 2014 to WordPress. Just a quick mention: there's going to be changes to the website.
Yeah.
Also, team member Erwin Seekman will be joining us next week. Yusuf will not. We'll have Erwin on for next week. And if you want to be a guest member on our broadcast here, be sure to message us on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll get back to you with our response.
Yeah, and don't forget the photos of the week as well.
Oh yes, photos of the week as well. Make sure to message us with your photos. You can message us on Twitter, like Cole mentioned earlier.
Just upload them to Twitter and tweet them.
Yep, just tweet them out. Yusuf, you have any last words?
Yeah, my name's Yusuf. Make sure to follow me on my Twitter at YFire1. Make sure to subscribe to me on YouTube at YISSA1997. I post music, beats, so subscribe to me if you want to.
Pretty good music beats too. I checked out one of his videos. He does it on GarageBand, so he does some pretty good beats on there.
Right
I
on.
upload it every Friday.
Every Friday. Go check him out.
And I'm Cole Crouper. You can follow me on Twitter at CK270. Check out my website at ccrouper.wordpress.com. And of course, my photos are all on Flickr at flickr.com/photos/CK263.
All right, now the only personal site I want to, or personal network I'm going to mention is my Twitter. You can follow me at Jason Goyette. That is Goyette. Now the other site is going to be, or the other networks is going to be for Future Tech Ideas. You can follow Future Tech Ideas on Twitter at Future Tech Ideas, all one word. Facebook.com/Future Tech Ideas. Check out our website, futuretechideas.com. What else is there?
And make sure to subscribe as well.
Yeah, subscribe to the
and like
channel.
The video and
like favorite it.
Favorite
that too, yeah.
Share it out, yeah. Comment, all that good stuff, so we know what your
tell all your
feedback
friends.
So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Cole Cooper, and thank you, Yusuf, for joining in this live broadcast. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad Yusuf brought up the this idea to us.
Yeah.
Mr. Cole Cooper stealing ideas.
Hey, no, this live stream though was my idea.
Yeah, the live stream was your idea, but the idea of the topics and stuff was Yusuf's
no, the
idea?
current events was my idea.
Oh, what was Yusuf's idea then?
Yusuf's idea was to bring him in here.
Oh, okay. Well,
the whole idea of the live stream and our content was my idea.
Jason, I have a whole nother idea that I'll show you once we're done this live stream.
Cole, I salute you.
Yeah, so the current events idea was my live stream because I'm sorry, I just got sick of technology and ranting on about technology. There's only so much you can say about technology. Well, current events is always something new. There's always something interesting, no matter what.
It was hard to keep it going after an hour. Like over an hour, it's kind of really hard.
It just gets stupid when it happens.
Exactly. We just start babbling about God knows what.
Also, to anybody else, post on Future Tech Ideas Twitter and Facebook for any topics you want us to cover.
There you go. Thank you guys for joining. Don't forget all the links, all the stuff that we mentioned today will be in the description of this video. So be sure to check them out if you want to follow us, if you want to check out the articles that we posted. So yeah, just go check them out. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good night, good day, or a good morning, wherever you are in the world.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is it for us. So check us out next week. Like I said, it's 9 p.m. Eastern. See you then.
There you go. Peace.
Peace.
Does it have to do with the conductor's fault or the operator's fault, or is it something mechanical or technical? How do you feel about that?
It's probably more than just that. Sure, it might be, who's operating it, but it also might be, regulations and all that.
Yeah, because you said that there was actually a rail crash over in Quebec, right?
Yeah, big one.
Yeah,
they pretty much disintegrated their downtown.
Wow. Okay. Yep. And I believe there was one in Spain as well, where 78 people died, and they actually caught that crash on camera as well.
Well, from what I understand of that crash, the train was going too fast when it hit the corner and it came off the tracks.
That's the operator's fault.
Apparently, just a week before, he was, saying, "Ooh, look how fast I can go with my train."
Oh, he's probably suspended or fired or something.
Well, he's in hospital right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know if he's in the hospital. What's up, Yusuf?
Okay. For the train derailment that happened in Spain, apparently when it was going down, the conductor was yelling to the people at the station, telling them that he was going too fast at the curve.
Oh, so he admitted. Okay, he admitted to the people. Oh, yeah. I'm going too fast.
He was apparently yelling at the train conductor at the station, telling them that he was going at a faster speed than he expected.
Wow. So
I'm going to show you something here.
I wonder if he got arrested, maybe because it's his fault for killing. I mean, he killed 78 people for that. You know, he
well, apparently he was quoted saying something, I don't remember exactly, but apparently he was saying that he wanted to die and that he had fucked it all up.
Yeah, that's definitely cause for if he's okay and if he's able to get out of the hospital, that's definitely cause for the justice system to take part.
And if you look at my screen here, this is what happened over there in Quebec.
Yeah.
So that's what was part of their downtown. You can see it looks pretty bad.
Outside, like civilians or pedestrians on the like area around there.
Well, they lost quite a few in that, I think.
Wow. You don't have the exact casualty number?
I think it's an estimate. I'll take a look.
Okay, yeah. Well, you can just get an estimate.
Yeah. I just still some missing in that.
It's just very odd that all these kind of so-called disasters, like it's a coincidence. All these disasters are happening. The trains and the rails, and it's not just in one area. It's not.
Well, maybe it's just carelessness around the world.
Yeah, the people are just like, yeah, whatever. Life doesn't matter. Blah 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 blah. It's like, are you serious?
Jason.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay, there was a story back when the floods happened in southern Alberta where there was a train that was stuck on this bridge, which is going to sink into the water.
Yeah, but how do you really find whether that's going to happen or not? You're going to have to dig into the riverbed and try and get way down into the pilings. Not going to happen.
Exactly. Gonna have to hurry up. Welcome to the first official live broadcast of Future Tech Ideas. Now, the reason why I say official is because all the other broadcasts that we did live were mainly like test runs, or we're just having fun. So this is going to be an official live broadcast. So once again, I am Jason Goyette, the owner of Future Tech Ideas. You can follow me on Twitter at Jason Goyette. Also be sure to follow Future Tech Ideas on Twitter as well, at Future Tech Ideas. All one word. Cole?
And I'm Cole Cooper as well. You can find me on Twitter at CK270, and you can find my website at ccooper.wordpress.com. Yusuf?
Hello, everybody. My name is Yusuf, and welcome to our live stream. And follow me on Twitter at YIFire1. Let's start this.
Alrighty.
Now, quickly, I want to mention a couple things, just to mention out there for you guys who are watching. We will be doing guest appearances. So that means if you think you could contribute to the live broadcast here, if you have something to say, if you want to just join in, you can message us on Facebook, facebook.com/futuretechIdeas, or on Twitter, and we'll go ahead and review your request. Also, you can send us photos as well, and Cole Cooper is going to be basically showing a photo of the week or picture of the week in our live broadcast. So if you have a cool photo and you want it to be shown on our live broadcast, just send us a message on Facebook or Twitter. Also, you can request app reviews as well as topics. If you want something to talk about, if you want us to talk about something, you can go ahead and request that on Facebook or Twitter. So yeah, also make sure to comment down in the description below of this video so we know how you feel about the topics, and we can communicate back and forth. I believe Cole Cooper will be managing the comments there for us, so
that is correct. I got it open now.
All right,
I was going to mention something here, and I think I totally forgot, so let's just move on.
Okay. All right, so first off, I want to start with the weather report. Yes, Mr. Cole Cooper, what's the weather like over there in Edmonton?
Let's see what it is right now, because I have no idea. It's been kind of rainy and cool today, but right now it's 17 degrees. We had a thunderstorm move in last night, and a bit of thunder this afternoon. A little bit of rain.
Basically the same thing over here in Maine.
It's a cool day. It's supposed to rain tomorrow as well.
Yeah, same here too. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. Around 80 degrees Fahrenheit for over here in Maine. And it's been quite cloudy as well. And we got a lot of rain tomorrow too.
Well, in Fahrenheit, then it's 68 degrees here.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yusuf, how's it over there? Wait, ain't you in the same area? Yeah, I think you are, ain't you?
Yeah, but.
And so I just skip him, anyways. Same damn weather. So.
Let's go ahead and move on to the first topic, which is all the recent train disasters and rail disasters. A lot of crashes, and I was wondering, is it so?
The company that the train was owned by Maine and Atlantic Railway.
Yeah, blame Maine all you want to. You did it last time to me.
And apparently
I'm
all
just
but
joking.
one of its 73 cars was carrying oil.
Holy goodness. That I wonder how long it takes them to clean up all that mess.
But
A
Jason,
long time.
Yeah. What's up,
Jason,
Yusuf?
but beside all this happening in Quebec, one of the major issues is environmental. All that oil is going to be soaking into the ground.
Yeah.
Hmm
So
They got to get out there
they're,
fast. They got to get out there fast and start cleaning up.
but they do know from this that they're not going to get all the oil out of the ground. So
No, no, absolutely.
farming, farming either in the town or nearby is
Hmm.
going to be quite difficult because the soil is so saturated with crude oil
Yep. Oh yeah,
that
that'll absolutely.
Now, let's
I
see.
agree with you. I agree with you. That's going to be
this disaster probably just
just like the oil rigs in the ocean and stuff, killing off all the fish
Hmm
and the coral out there in the Gulf of Mexico. All the coral out there are starting to disappear, and a lot of fish species are dying off because of all the oil rig spills and all the oil tankers, leaking oil or whatever. But
as I
Yeah,
said
but
yeah,
this is a
that
great argument for how pipelines would be much, much safer.
oh yeah, and we'll definitely want to go ahead and get into that next topic. Want to go ahead and get into
Not
that?
quite yet, because I think
Or
we skipped off what
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
But apparently the train's engineer was suspended without pay, it says here.
Okay, yep.
And a quote here from someone here, it says, "We think he applied some handbrakes, but the question is, did he apply enough of them?
Enough.
He said he applied 11 handbrakes. We think that's not true. Initially, we believed him, but now we don't."
Now, who is saying this? Who is this? Who is testifying to that?
The CEO of the company, of the
Oh,
railway's
okay.
parent company.
Yeah, but they weren't there? They didn't know. Like
And right now, they're not naming the engineer.
the engineer. Well, I wouldn't want to either.
And apparently, as I mentioned, this was the worst railway disaster since, for
150.
100. Apparently, the last one was in Quebec as well. Apparently, the train
Wow.
plunged into Quebec River in 1864, killing 99.
Wow. Hmm. That number seems. What's the last? Which one was it in Spain? Wasn't it like? Didn't I say like 90 or was it 70?
78.
Okay, 78. Okay, yeah. Thank you for that, Yusuf. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, and
The
here
next
once again, more disasters, people, more disasters, more things happening to transportation, public transportation, like airplanes. There has been a lot of crashes happening, or a lot of crash landings happening around the world, and we could go ahead and attest to that with the
so
Southwest jet crashing. The front landing gear falls off of the Southwest jet.
Jason,
Yep.
a more recent example is Asiana Flight
Oh,
278, which crashed in San Francisco, killing
yeah.
remarkably only 3 people, but one person, there was a Chinese student. She did not die from the plane crash. She died from a fire truck running over her body.
Oh God. Mm,
Apparently,
that's
the
good.
police are now trying to find out which fire truck,
What?
which
That
truck
that
slash ambulance ran over her. She was 16 years old.
I wonder why. I wonder why they don't want to find out. Maybe it's because it's the government at work. Maybe it's because they did it on purpose. Maybe.
Yeah,
What would a
geez, that is
16-year-old
something.
from what would
I
a
mean,
16-year-old
Apparently, it was a
girl
fire
from
truck that did
China?
that.
Jason,
firefighters are trained to look at traffic, look at pedestrians and stuff because they got to be going like 60 or even faster driving to a scene.
Well, they
They
gotta
have to,
drive
yeah,
through
they have to
traffic,
be,
and
yeah, they have to be
nobody moves
aware.
out of your way, so
They have to be super aware. Yeah, but if there's a
mhm.
catastrophe happening and people running
Jason,
and scared,
Yeah,
they need to be super aware of what's around them.
yeah.
Jason. Another thing that happened was that apparently a lot of people that were still alive, not injured, called 911 an hour before
God,
911 showed up, and there were fire
that
trucks
is
and there was lots
ridiculous.
of fire trucks, but only a couple ambulances.
But which
And
airport was this at?
Yeah.
this is at San Francisco International Airport.
Yeah, I gotta look at
Oh,
this here. So
So,
that response time doesn't make any sense.
so apparently there were enough fire trucks, but not enough ambulances. In a 911 call, one mate said, "We need more ambulances. People are dying." they're laying people out on the road.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's
Well,
probably,
I'm glad you brought that flight up to me, because I didn't look into that flight catastrophe.
But you know what? A lot of these Asian airlines have a history of just poor
Malfunctions and
safety. If you look at, I can't remember which
pilot
airline it
error,
is.
pilot error.
It's one of those Korean airlines, and because
Yep.
they had such a hierarchy in the cockpit,
Yeah.
the co-pilot and all that. Even if they knew that there was imminent danger and they were about to die, they wouldn't say
They wouldn't say
anything. They
anything.
would
No.
just let it happen.
Jason.
If the
They would,
plane's
yep.
gonna crash through the side of a mountain, they're gonna let it happen. That's what happened, and that did
Jason?
happen too.
Put your
Can I ma-
tray tables in the upright position. We're about to crash into a mountain.
Jason,
What's up?
I made a mistake. It's actually the Asiana Flight 214.
214,
Yeah.
Asiana Flight
Yeah.
214. A quick
Yeah.
mention to everyone watching, all the links for these articles and everything that we talked about will be in the description below if you want to check these articles out and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, after the fact, and
Yeah, our team of scuba divers.
yeah, and even then, you have to go even deeper.
Yeah.
So that
Excavate.
one, I could see them not being able to do much about it.
Yeah.
But with what happened in Quebec, they're saying regulations and a lot had to do with that.
Not on camera, Cole. Not on camera, Cole.
You know, guys.
Thirsty.
Cole, you know that in Quebec, if there was no fire on the train, because that's sort of how all the events started. There was no fire on the train.
No,
then
no,
none
no.
of this
You see
would
what
have ever
happened though is they left it unattended and it rolled down the tracks.
Wow. It just rolled like a little block.
There was a hill, so
in the town.
Yeah,
Holy
so
cow.
And it was carrying crude oil.
Oh
So-
god, that's a disaster right there, man. They
so
probably
as I
had
was
to have a bunch of cleanup crews. Sorry about that, Yusuf. Go ahead.
So as I was saying on the tracks, it was either hydraulics or pneumatic system, where the brakes didn't have enough pressure, so it started to roll downhill, and then I guess.
So that's a mechanical.
Fell.
That's a mechanical issue then.
Well, they're also saying
And they left the thing. Remember, they left the thing too.
If the brakes didn't have enough pressure,
I gotta look into that one though.
would that be a mechanical issue or would that be operator failure?
Well, police so far don't really know whether it's gonna be
Yeah,
mechanical.
it'll probably take a while for them to investigate it all and everything. Even if
Yeah,
they do
the
investigate
government's
it.
launching an investigation into it. They might end up changing the regulations over on this one. Over this
Oh,
one.
Also, just a fact, Quebec is one of the major provinces where most trains go through.
Yeah, that is
To
true.
get to Western Canada or to get to the maritime provinces. And I forget the town where it is in Quebec, but apparently a lot of trains during the year do go through that town.
Yeah. Mhm.
And stop in Montreal or Quebec City. So, and a lot of citizens say that they don't want trains stopping in their town anymore. Okay? They want the train to stop in one of the major cities, not in these small towns.
Yeah, but in a major city, it could be even worse.
Well, I got a train right down the road that goes all around Maine, and it stops right here in the town, like right here in Livermore Falls. It stops right there, right in the major city or the major town. It stops right there.
And this is apparently Canada's worst railway catastrophe in almost 150 years.
Holy gosh. And I wonder if the last catastrophe, the last major catastrophe like this, 150 years ago or whatever, I wonder if that was due to notifications. I wonder if that was due to operator failure or mechanical problems. Because you got to think 150 years ago, that has something, they're kind of bringing trains in, right? It's just something new.
Mm-hmm.